fellas, good evening. Very good evening to all of you. And welcome to what is most likely going to be one of, if not the final stream that we will do for the Inazuma 11 Victory Road Chronicle Mode. Tonight, as I do my administrative stuff, I open up the advent calendar and such. I will first and foremost wait for my stream to catch up. And for people to tell me that I'm muted. Probably. Probably not. I checked. But tonight, we will be finishing the Orion Chronicle. And with that, we will also be moving into the final bit of the story for the Chronicle Mode in Victory Road, which is going to be completely original content. And as I see, the chat is functioning. Stream has yet to catch up, so good evening Vinny, good evening Lucas, good evening Panda, great to have you. Thank you for being here tonight. Yeah, completely original content that we're going to have once we finish the Orion no Kokuin story chronicle. Which means that this is also going to be, most likely, the end of the main content for Victory Road. Goedenavond, I see people responding to me now, so that is always a good sign. Fantastic to see that. That means that everything works, most likely. You love to see that. Good evening, guys. Thank you for letting me know that everything works. But yeah, interesting, certainly interesting occasion. You know, when I started this playthrough, I wasn't really thinking about the end of it. But now that we're here, yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Because I look back at it, I've had 32 streams. 32 streams for Inazuma 11 and Victory Road. Now that of course includes the story mode itself. But most of that, the lion's part of that, was the Chronicle Mode. The on-screen chat is not working yet, I'm seeing that. So I'm gonna give it like a few more minutes. I think it will probably kick in soon. At least, I hope it will. Let me have just a wee look here. I will... Never mind, there it is. Okay, as I said it. As I threaten to Alt-Tab out of the stream, the on-screen chat is what I should say, starts working. So good, everything works now. But yeah, the end is near, which is really weird to think about. But in actual fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 matches left here. And then we have some sort of post-Chronicle Mode area, like a challenge road, I believe that's what they called it in the trailer, which is going to mark the definitive end of the main story content. But I can say it 100 times. I can say it 1,000 times. But we just have to get going. We have to get to the end eventually. All good things must come to an end. The Witch's Army. The Guardians of Queen. Now that sure is a title for this chapter, but it couldn't be more fitting if I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, I mean, what has changed about our team here? Nothing much. We still have Nordica on goal, as if that's not actively handicapping us. You know, we have Mr. Plot Armor Endo on the bench. Don't know how I feel about that per se. Nosaka on the pitch is always cringe. You hate to see that. But aside from that, yeah, Asto is back. Missed him last match, of course. But now... Actually, did we miss him last match? We missed him during the Russia match, to be sure. That's what it was. Okay, but Italy. This is the second iteration of Italy. In Inazuma 11. And we have Orion's version, Ares and Orion's version of Toromaru on the pitch as well. Goenji is still out. Very interestingly, he was on the bench for a few of the past matches, but he is in fact still injured. Good evening, Yami. Welcome. Good to have you. Glad you're here. Oh, right. They mentioned Last Resort. This is going to be a match, for sure. The match of all time, one could even say. Oh, we're gonna do Last Resort. And not just one, we're gonna do a few. So these interactions are going to be excruciating, to be completely honest. Classic Kozomaru with his hubris, that will be his downfall. A merciless witch, that she is. And there she is. And Bernard looking mighty, how should I say, fallen from grace, perchance? But yeah, Last Resort mentioned. We are going to see Last Resort a good few times. However, as opposed to the terrible sequence of events, not terrible in the sense of, wow, this is really bad for the characters, just in terms of writing, we will have some of the coolest moves in all of Orion on this team. In particular, I've seen people mention her in the chat as well, Gabriella. This team's goalkeeper, female goalkeeper, which is awesome. It's always awesome. They're always bangers. She has possibly one of my favorite goalkeeper moves in the entire franchise. And they reworked it massively. Lead a focus battle against Matteo, whoever that is. Okay, right, they have the braces. Yeah. I unfortunately remember this. This match was, in a sense, incredibly frustrating to watch, like most of Orion's matches, not going to lie. Okay, Petronio. So this is a classic Inazuma 11 moment where we are using children. Holy shit. Yep. That's clean. That is clean as fuck, actually. Dude, okay, but like, can we be for real for a second and at the very least give Orion credit for giving the Italian team such cool moves, like such cool cultural references as well? I feel like the original Italy team, Orpheus, they only really did Colossio Guard, I think. And the Catenaccio counter, of course. Can't forget the Catenaccio counter. But yeah, I mean, leading Pisa, we're going to have a chariot move, I think, and then Gabriella's move as well. I don't know if we're going to see the chariot move, to be honest, but let's see. Win a focus battle with Kazamaru. Here we go. Refuses to elaborate. Leaves. Thank you. What are we doing? Okay, so they deadass just called it that, huh? I mean, someone warned me about this before, but they actually just called it Emperor Penguin #2 featuring Shark. They're just gonna write the whole thing out, okay. And I have to use it as Kazemaru. Interesting. Why would they force me to do it as Kazemaru, when I can also just do it with Haizaki? But alright, I'll play by the book, I suppose. Oh, he's fast. Hold on, I did not realize he's fast like that. And I do not have stamina, so... okay, there we go. That is so long. That is, how does this look? Oh my god, bro, it's so long. Banger move, but god, why is it so long? Why did they actually write it out? Oh, yes. Moment of truth. Okay, but it's so fucking clean. She actually did the... yeah, I love to see that. I love to see that. At first, it was just a reskin of Barbarian's shield, but now it's so faithful to the original animation, which I think is so clean, so badass. And you know what? I was considering including Gabriella on the left here, these little guys to the left of me. But, I mean, Gabriella's cool. But it's mainly her move that I like her for, if I'm going to be completely honest. Okay. We're back with the leaning Pisa. Or unbalanced Pisa. Okay, what's next? What's next? Maelstrom the hand. Might as well try a different move when they're not forcing us into anything. We're gonna get scored on again. That is unfortunately how it is.
イタリアチームがつけているサポーター、おそらくあれが手足の筋肉に作用し、彼らの身体能力を限界以上に引き出していると考えられる。じゃああいつら最初からずっとあのサポーターで反則してたってこと？
Yeah, Sakanoe, like, we've not seen any instances of cheating so far from the Disciples of Orion, I don't think, so pretty surprising that they are. But yeah, this is not gonna end well. We're just using these kids as guinea pigs for the power braces. Gabriella W, common Gabriella W. And Astor has to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes. This is why Astor is the worst MC. I'm not gonna lie. Like, why does everything always need to be clean? When the opponent's not playing clean, you're not gonna play clean. We literally used... We used Grid Omega. And Astor had no qualms with using Grid Omega. But okay. The power of friendship will pull us through. That's how it always is. Okay, let's see. Focus battle against Nicolo. Why against this guy in particular? Okay, it just forced me to dash again. I did not press the dash button a second time. Okay, there he goes. There's our first victim! Nicolo! Damn, that's tough. L shouldn't have cheated. With great power comes great responsibility, looking ass. Kakehashi, this girl's interesting. I was looking at the Inazuma before, and she has a bridge as a hair accessory, which I think is like a pretty famous bridge in like Venice or one of those upper cities in Italy. I've been there. It's a very famous bridge. She has it as a hairpiece, which I think is so cute. Like, that's what I'm saying with these cultural references, right? They did a lot more in this team, surprisingly, than in Orpheus, where they gave the main character, the de facto captain, Odin's sword. Oh shit, the chariot move. Holy shit, it's here. Oh wait, it's not even... Wait, it's not a dribble move, it's a shot. I forgot. I dead-ass forgot that was a shot. But that's so clean. Again, beautiful move. Love to see that. He takes out two guys en route to scoring a goal, which I think is awesome. And we get memed on once again. That is a 3-0 deficit. This guy's a pretty neat design, actually. Unfortunately, he will die right now. And now we're gonna start making sons. Okay. Unfortunately, the Disciples of Orion, they do not get off this easily. Oh, she has a cute design. Berardi. Okay, well, they actually did take them off. That is not how I recall this going, but I'm sure we're gonna have some kind of twist in the second half. Then again, my recollection of Orion, I think I've expressed this a few times before, it is practically non-existent. Well, let's see. Polar Bear number 2. We've seen this before. Ashvina from Supernova, she has the same stats as the Nepo baby from Ares Takeover. No shot. No shot. She has the same stats as that fucking guy. Also, why does she use full power shield? Why not just do the Mouth of Truth again? Shinjitsu no Oguchi. That would have been so much cooler. But hey. It is what it is. Dude, I'm so happy that they actually decided to go back and change some moves. Like, god damn. If I had to look at Barbarian Shield Shinjitsu no Oguchi, I would have been a little upset. More than a little upset. Oh, hold on. We're about to aura farm so hard. Fuck, man, this move. I can't get over it. Beluga as well, also the same stats. Interesting. Interesting. They really hate these goalkeepers, huh? Well, you know what? When you think about it, it makes sense that the Nepo baby has the same amount of stats because of decisions from higher-ups as some arguably better goalkeepers. It makes sense canonically, I guess. So you can't blame him for that. It's kind of funny. Oh, hold on. Nosaka, lock the fuck in. Prove that you're not completely useless? Well, you're not gonna score because I really do not care less. This is gonna score, but who is he gonna do? Ichihoshi, god fucking damn it. They just had to pick Ichihoshi for this, huh? Well, then again, all of his forward buddies are kind of bad picks. Because Nosaka was the other option, I suppose. But Haizaki with a 2-3. Beautiful. And then the second half is where we're going to supposedly get some pity goals. Because I don't think they expect you to score twice in this first half, the remainder of the first half. But, you know, we're just kind of built different like that, so we are going to do it. Am I in the zone? I am, in fact, in the zone. Hold on, can I cook here? Oh, I can play to Aphrodite. Shakazat Deepa! That should be a good start. I do, in fact, not have a different move to use with Aphrodite, so this is not going to be the equalizer. But that's fine. So weird that Gabriella has full power shield in story mode and Colossal Guard in root unlock matches when she voices Storm Rider and Whirlwind. She voices Storm Rider? That's awesome. You know what? Maybe I do need her more than I thought. Storm Rider is also very far up there for some of my favorite goalkeeper moves, so... A goal, 2 goals, Kinben. Nothing personnel, Mr. Trainer, Mr. Giordani. She got his ass. It's over. Assassinated. Yeah, okay. So that is the scene that we didn't get to see for Bernard, and I think for certain people in this chat tonight, that is probably for the best. I remember the fuck-ass scene where she just backhands Bernard into the wall. It is insane. Is she not wearing the power braces herself? Or something? And now we are going to torture kids for our own gain once again. Classic Inazuma 11 moment. Well, too bad. Mamma mia. Don't remind me of the Bernard scene. Ay, sorry, Yami. Had to be done. You know, she slapped Giordani. I had to mention her slapping her own son as well. Like, son or grandson? Actually, don't know. Think son. Yeah. Not that I really care that much. You are not knights, you are high school children. But okay. The delusion is real in these guys. But that's good. Breath of the Wild. Cool, we still have Breath of the Wild. I actually didn't have a look at the moves, but it doesn't seem like anything has changed. They insist on putting Saginuma in midfield for some reason. He's not gonna do jack shit, he only has goalkeeper moves. Son? Yeah, he is her son. Right, that makes sense. My first instinct was right. Win a focus battle as Astor. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do it against this guy. Matteo. Do not have dribble moves. Interesting. Then we're just gonna do it organically, like that. Astor, don't do it. You don't know what's ahead. Solar Flex. Is that the... Oh, is that the final move that he gets? Right, so... It's based on Solar Plex, I guess. But it's Flex now. Sure, it's not a terrible move. Not a terrible move name, I guess. But... Oh, Gabriella. No, poor Gabriella. Sunrise Britze. Yeah, for everyone who was emotionally attached to Gabriella, one more banger before she goes out. Oh, Jesus Christ. That voice acting, wow. You know what? Credit where it's due. This voice acting... Just one line. I felt it. I felt it. I did in fact see the shark name, Nobunaga. Also, welcome to the stream. Sorry for not acknowledging you before. I did see the Kotei Pingi Nigo featuring shark. Fully written out, which is incredible. But yeah, they killed Gabriella, so this is unironically, wholeheartedly, the worst season of Inazuma 11 to date. I'm afraid. Okay, but Lucas will be happy. We got the spare goalkeeper for this team, Raquelito. I wonder if he's going to do his signature move, surely. Mini focus battle as Ichihoshi. Where even is Ichihoshi? Ichihoshi is in midfield somewhere. Behind me? Oh, there he is. Well, I would, but... being initiated on by Luca. Right. I probably have to use Blue Stardust. Or am I going to get power blocked? No. Okay, Blue Stardust, as expected. And then we'll have to lock in a pity goal, I think. Because I'm pretty sure this spare goalkeeper... Does he block a single shot? Wait. He steals the ball. They do Grid Omega. I just remembered. Fuck, you know. It's not the Grid Omega that we have, not the 2.0, but... they're using our own tactics against us. Hino hates female goalkeepers. It may just be possible that that is the case. Not going to lie. Haisaki again with the fuck-ass miniature whirlwinds on the ground. Hold on. Hold on. God is back. God has returned to us. Plot armor is back on our side. The ball is glowing blue. That is beautiful. All three, well, I'm not including Kozomaru in that actually. The two OGs, the GOATs, are back. Use Fire Tornado. This is not Fire Tornado A even. This is, yeah, it's regular Fire Tornado. This is literally the OG. Tricera stops. Oh, he stops it. And that's a cool save animation actually. A little backflip, hold on. And he's already down. Gabriella, the only female goalkeeper that's actually good, and they do that to her. And with one of the most peak moves. Peak goalkeeper moves in Inazuma 11. It's so sad. And again, it makes this match so upsetting to watch. But okay, Goenji God is back. But he's not gonna do last resort. Not yet. And of course, they take out Saginuma. I mean, he's dead weight. On pitch, he is dead weight, so there's no value in him even being there. So, in this instance, I will excuse them for doing it. I don't love the fact that they have to do it. Because they could have just put him in goal, given him some character development in Orion, but they decided it wasn't worth it. Last resort. Not with one, but with 3 people. But it doesn't work, right? Yeah, no. That's a cool animation though, eh? They made a special animation for it failing? That's cool. I like that. Okay. Successfully passed the ball to Goenji. Right, let's get it back real quick then. Oh, he's not even using the... Fuck, man. Why is he using it? That's a shot. I keep thinking the fucking... The carriage thing is a dribble move, but it's just not. Okay, Goenji. Back to Goenji. And Kozomaru, of course, he has to hog all the screen time. Fake ass Goenji. Real Saginuma was goated on the pitch as well, that's true. He did play as a forward in the Shin Epsilon match. That is true, I'll give you that. There is no need for anyone to carry on Goenji's legacy. He is not dead. As opposed to what Orion or Kokuin would want you to believe. And then we get this cringe-ass mechanic. Why does he go Super Saiyan? Okay, Kozomaru learns Last Resort. He is the only one, aside from Goenji, who's able to pull it off solo. This variant, that is. The most insane plot armor that you need to have for this. To be able to pull it off solo, alongside Goenji as the only other contender. And there he goes. Oh shit, hold on. Yep. Last Resort D. Oh my god. Last Resort Dragon. He also has Last Resort and it's a block move. It is a counter shot. Welcome to the most bullshit moment in the entirety of Inazuma 11. The only co-op move as well that they pull off with 4 players. Because none of them are strong enough to do it with the 3 of them. And Asto Inomori has learned Last Resort Sigma. And here we go. We counter a countered Last Resort with our Last Resort. Nosaka, Ichihoshi, Asto, and Haizaki. Last Resort Sigma. To be fair, beautiful shot. All of Italy is trying to block this. They didn't expect us to Uno reverse their Uno reverse. And now he just... he did toughness block. Too bad, Petronio. Jesus Christ, the voice acting on this man is insane. They paid this guy extra. They should have. They must have. Oh. We win. W. Is this the way we want to win? That is the question. But, well... what can you do? When you're up against a bunch of cheats... well, they tried not to be cheats, to be fair. To the credit of Italy. They tried to not be cheats. But the Russians, am I right? Okay, but that's that. Beat the Guardians of Queen. Again, very good translation into the game, actually, I think. Got one Italian, who I have not seen a single time during this match, but got him nonetheless. unbalanced Pisa was 4 people as well in the anime. Okay, but in the game it isn't, so...
でもみんなを守ってくれて感謝する。君たちならオリオンを倒せるかもしれない。
The VA had bills to pay? On God. That's what I'm saying. The voice actor for this guy in particular, he had multiple mortgages to pay off. Like, Jesus Christ. That is the performance of the year. Holy shit, Dad. Well, he doesn't know that yet.
サッカーはもっと楽しいはずなのに、こんなことを続けてたらみんなサッカーが嫌いになっちゃいます。あんなサッカーはサッカーとは認められない。俺が好きな本当のサッカーはなくなってしまうんですか？
いや、サッカーはいなくならない。君がサッカーを信じ、君が必要とする限り、サッカーはそこにある。
Mom.
サッカーはいなくならない。お前が必要とする限り、サッカーはそこにある。
She said the exact same thing. Is this where it clicks for Asta?
新庄さん、あなたは俺の父ちゃんなんですか？
There it is. It clicked. It has finally clicked. The Witch's Army Chronicle Battle complete. Which means we can now do a free match against the Guardians of the Queen. I will most likely absolutely devastate them. Oh, I didn't see the guy that I just got from the Italian team because he's on the bench. Okay, that makes sense. The way he realizes this guy's his dad is so stupid. What, because he said the same thing as his mom? I don't remember the particulars, but, you know, I think it's kind of cute. It's kind of a good way to to figure out, honestly. I would rather find it out that way than, you know, have to be told. But het kwartje is eindelijk gevallen. The quarter, the penny has finally dropped. Exactly, Lucas. Okay, let's see how far we can get with rough play on this team. There's one. So I forget what element Gabriella is. I think she may be mountain. So we're not gonna do any super effective moves here. We're not gonna have triangle advantage. Triangle. It's a square in Inazuma 11. We're not gonna have elemental advantage in this one. She is in fact mountain. That's cool. Like that. Mountain is a good element. Probably my favorite element, so... But yeah, we will still be very much outclassing these guys. Even with Volcano card. Yeah. So 5 minutes, first goal. That's good. I hope I get both the keepers as drops. I hope so too, Lucas. I hope so too. This team has cool goalkeepers. But you know, thinking about it, there's actually quite a few people that I would like to have from the Italian team. The captain, for one. Captain, even, you know, especially with this immaculate voice acting that he just put out. That's really upped my interest in the guy. There's, of course, Gabriella. There's a spare goalkeeper, who's pretty interesting too. With this unique move. And there's the chariot guy. Okay, so she's doing full power shield still. A little unfortunate. But it works out, actually. So that should do it. If I get Gabriella, she will most likely be the goalkeeper on the Orion team that I will be making. I have decided that I will be making an Orion team. Probably will make a team for every installment, every season that I think is worth it. There's a few that I probably won't cover. I probably won't do... Well, probably won't do Season 2 from the original. Probably won't do Go Season 1. But the rest I think I have enough space and motivation for to actually make separate teams. So, okay, let's see. Ryugel. The nice volley that, well, it would have gone in if the defender wasn't there. I'm not speaking anymore. I'm willing these things into existence, I feel now. Yeah. Also, what is this? What is this upbeat ass music? This is like this is like a remix. Yeah, it's a remix of one of the OG's tracks, I think. One of the match tracks. Yeah. I'm hearing it now. Pietro. I think that means rock in Italian, so that's pretty cool. Guy's called Rock. One chance at life. My parents call me Rock. And then Nestore. These guys are so insignificant. Like, you never see anything of these guys. And that is also a bit of a sad thing about Orion, is that so many characters that are in these actual main teams, they don't really get any screen time whatsoever. Like, at most they will participate in, for example, Unbalanced Pisa, but I think that is mostly set characters that are not the defenders and midfielders. Yep, there it is. It's so fucking cool, man. It is so fucking cool. Like, I don't know if I'm just weird like that, but that move, it scratches every itch that I have for moves in Inazuma 11 somehow. Okay, this should be our 4-0. As with most of the previous teams, yeah, these guys are not really going to stand a chance. We're killing Gabriel in the free match as well. Yeah, hey, I didn't want to, but we kind of have no choice, so... See, and the thing is, I didn't even use Cavalry Advance yet. If I'd been using Cavalry Advance, it would have been even worse for them. Yellow card, okay. Okay, gotta be a bit careful now. Can't just plow through everyone with Sakurazaki anymore. But I surely can do it with Gandares. Get your ass over here, Nestore. That's one. Bit more tension. That's two. Bit more tension. Ooh, I was close. I was close. Let me use one totem then this match. And do I just... You know what? Let me just put it out raw. Why not? Belly on Rip raw. That's surely with Cavalry Advance is going to get up to 3,500. 4,000 even. Yeah, sorry, but Gabriella is not standing any chances here. Pietro is an actual name. I know Pietro is an actual name, but... It also kind of means rock, so, you know... When you think about it like that... I mean, obviously, they're not going to just give them... They're not going to give them... Well, they will give them bullshit names, actually. They have. Like, I was looking at the Ole Samba team earlier today, actually. And it looked like they were all named after, like, Brazilian states. Which, well, obviously, those are not normal names to give to your child. It's either states or cities. I think it was... I think it may be cities, actually. Because you had Paulo, and you had Belém, and you had Luis, I think. So, Vista, I think, for Boa Vista. I don't know if that's a province, actually. But... The theme for Italy, I don't really know what they were going for, to be honest. But that notwithstanding, we did win, and we got a grand total of 0 Italy players from this team. Did not get Gabriella, or, yeah, Clorinda, as she's called in the dub for some reason. Detergent ass name. Yeah, exactly, Panda. Italy does give several of the other players screen time, like Alice, Pietro, and Carlos. Interesting. Interesting. That's certainly a unique thing for the Italian team. Then again, the Italian match was very fleshed out, as opposed to some others. So, the dub names in Ole de Samba are city names? Yeah, figures. I mean, when one of them is called Paolo, yeah, that makes sense. And then, the capital is called Allegra, I think, or Alegre, for like Porto Alegre, I suppose. But well, second match against Russia, which is coincidentally also the finale of the proper Football Frontier International, hosted in this very Russian stadium. You can see the citadels on the actual stadium in the right here. And this time, I think we win. I do believe we win. Marks of Endless Dominion is what this match is called. And yeah, as you can see, the goalkeeper that we had for the first match against Russia, the big guy, Goran Vasilia, he is currently playing as a midfielder, and we have Yuri in the goal. And that's what they said before. Every player on this team can play every position on the pitch, which makes this very interesting. It's going to make it a very interesting match to play. Also, Gojin is finally fielded. I think for the first time in the entirety of Orion, he makes it into the base 11, which is awesome. You'll love to see that. He's finally there. And yeah, that's, I think that's all I have to mention. God is still benched. Haizaki is benched. They are never reuniting him with Kira, actually. That's all I have to remark about this, I think. So, let's start the match. Let's see what we've got. For the Pitch Perfectionists, Part 2. Russia close enough to Poland. I don't know if you want to be compared to Russia in this scenario. Not in the Inazuma 11 scenario either. The unstoppable dark horse, that's us. The Japanese names are mostly normal names for the Italian team, or nicknames, and the goalkeeper name looks like a typo. Okay. Interesting, interesting. The finals. We're here. The final match. Final match of Orion. And everyone wants to play clean. Seisei Dodo, as they say in Japanese, but this is Orion. We can't be playing clean. Alright, of course, we do have Mr. Plot Armor, Endo himself, on goal right now. Which is what we're going to need. I'm pretty sure. Astor does have Last Resort, Sigma, and he still has Solar Flax, Sunrise Blitz. And I think we're fully equipped. I think we're going to get a few more moves throughout the course of especially the final match. But as concerns moves that we get story-wise for the proper Football Frontier International, I think we're pretty much... They've run their course. I think. I'm trying to think real hard if there's anything else, but... most of the really significant stuff we've had by this point, especially all the co-op moves. Okay. Let's go. Use Fire Lemonade Rising as Gojin. Absolutely say less. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to make Gojin shine. Unfortunately, I will drop the ball immediately, quite literally. But now it's going to Gojin. Fire Lemonade Rising. He finally gets his moment to shine, and I think he immediately gets cocked. Which is just the story of Gojin's life, to be completely honest. Yuri's gonna do Take a Pinch. And he is going to stop it. Quite easily, yeah. Anyone know who took my Earthkeeper moves? Endo. Endo with 5 Earth moves. It makes sense for the stab, but... it's not even in Victory Road. Stab is not even a thing. Winning focus battle against Froi as Ichihoshi. Okay, where is Ichihoshi? This is a recurring problem. There's Ichihoshi. And then it will trigger automatically if this guy decides to stop shoulder tackling me. Alright. Win a focus battle, so that means that I will have plot armor. I could have also been skill issued, but... no, Grandma pulled out her phone. It's Mechamon Go all over again. Oh. They turned him into a cyborg. No. Oh, his eyes are normal again. That's good. I guess they didn't actually change the model. They just changed it for that one scene. Okay, enemy boost. He's gonna do Ignis and Drive. He's gonna score against Endo. I already know what's going to happen. Okay, he uses Lightning Axle. Did I know that Endo's diamond moves are supposed to be, which are supposed to be stronger, are weaker than all of Endo's moves of Orion Part 1? I did, in fact, not know that. I am happy that's the case, because I think the diamond moves are so lame. But that's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. I mean, to be fair, what does he get in... What does he get in Orion Part 1? They do the Asura together. Yeah. Fujin Naijin Ghost. I mean, those are powerful looking moves. Diamond Hand just doesn't look like a powerful move. But okay, it wasn't actually Innocent Drive, so I am eating my words, unfortunately. They do not taste that good. They taste like borscht, and it doesn't taste good. Okay, complete another focus battle against Froy. It will automatically trigger, so no trouble there. We will lose the ball here, guaranteed. And he will do the exact same thing as before. He will destroy Ichihoshi, because we hate Ichihoshi here. Do they explain how he gets brainwashed like this, by the way? Do they explain how Grandma is able to, like, put him into a state of hypnosis with just her phone? Did they implant a switch? Or like a chip in his brain? How are we remote controlling children, by the way? This guy, by the way, this fuck-ass guy, this manager or trainer or whatever he is, they dead-ass called him Trainer in the dub. That's his last name, Training. That is the pinnacle of creativity, right there. That's Orion or Kokuin for you. Okay, completed focus battle against Froy, for real this time. I think I will still lose. Fair enough. But at the very least, we are making progress. What is bro doing? Why did he just scream like that? It's by sound? Oh, he was interrupting the sound signal. Okay. You know what? Ichihoshi's kind of smart. To his credit, he is pretty smart. Once again, enemy boost. Once again, Ichihoshi will not get memed. Ando actually blocks a shot. Hold on, huge. And again. Is Ando gonna pull a Dark Empress and BS his way out of this? Ando would never bullshit his way out of anything. Ando is pure grit, determination, and greatness. He does not bullshit his ways through anything. That is my goat. That is the OG. Season 2 reference? Holy shit. Omoidase! And they have, in fact, remembered. Oh, hey, by the way, I just shook it off. Like I walked it off. We're back. Alright, score using Fire Lemonade Rising as Gojin. Hey, broken record, but say less, Chief. Say less. Gojin is ready for action. Like, I don't know who this Nade guy thinks he is, but he is not stopping Gojin. Fire Lemonade Rising! And plot armor. Ando is also plot armor, that's true. Did forget to mention that. Interesting. Interesting. I'm really trying to figure out what these fail animations are taken from. It was kind of reminiscent and similar of the Omega the Hand.
最重要機密である大会計画のファイル。そこに真実が記されていた。
Right. Fubuki. My names are all over the place tonight. Fubuki becomes a hacker, I think. Together with this guy, which is sacrificed his leg to become a hacker for the government or something. We are blowing up the stadium. We are blowing up the stadium where children are playing football. And now we have a UFO. Is this Galaxy? We've just got a little bit of everything. We got Season 2. We got explosions. We got a UFO from Galaxy. And we got a match that is severely cut down. Unfortunately. This could have been an actual interesting match, but yeah, Grandma had to cut it down. Holy shit. Karel Senirov. A living embodiment of reggae who speaks volumes to his crew with one simple yamon. So he's an immigrant. Cool. And then we have Shamir. Holy shit, Shamir, Fire Emblem? Wait, huge? Shamir from Fire Emblem is so much cooler, though. Yeah, okay, man. Why did Grandma change into this? Wear a normal dress, please. I do not need to see all that. This plot point is so stupid as well. Like, okay, you're gonna keep hostage, like, people from maybe, like, 10 countries across the world. Okay, I'm gonna negotiate with the entire world for, like, 100 people per country. They are not doing that. They are obliterating your ass. They are coming for you. This is not how the world works. I don't know. This is like, people often compare this to the Guard Shield plot, but at least the Guard Shield plot was like kind of well, not understandable, but it was at least feasible. This is a little too topical, this being Russia's leader. Holy shit, Yurika. There she is, Yurika! And that is the final team. I love that they dropped this before we're even able to access the match, because we still have to play a match against Russia. A full match here. But yeah, interesting. We got a ruined finals like Mount Olympus. Yeah, true. We got everything, and we got Season 1 from Go as well. We're really just... We're taking little bits and pieces of everything. And that, in turn, is a reference to Gran, Flora, from Chronostones. It's not Gran, it's Fran. Gran is fucking... That's Hiroto. Okay, the Russia match. Second Russia match. And then we get to play the actual final match for Orion no Kokuin against Shadow of Orion. Against Yurika Beor. Okay, time to blow Rush out of the water once again. I liked Irina as a villain until they revealed her motive. She was so hateable, but then they added this incredibly mixed messaging. Yeah, that's also kind of weird, right? Because they give the impression that she's doing it for, like, a good purpose. She's trying to oust some corrupt leaders, which, you know, taken in isolation, that's a good thing. But the way she's doing it is, like, the most terrible way to go about it ever conceived. Am I doing okay? I'm doing fine, Yami. Don't worry. I'm doing perfectly fine. Has been a long day. Have been to the dentist. The dentist has probably impacted me. Brother, I'm telling you, I was in that seat. I went to the dentist today, for the people who don't know. And I was in that seat for at least 15 to 20 minutes. I thought, okay, in, out, 5 minutes, that's gonna be it, right? It wasn't a regular checkup. I had my checkup last week for some godforsaken reason. I had to do the checkup and removing the dental plaque separately. Which was, one, very inconvenient, and two, I really don't want to go to the dentist office twice in 2 weeks. But yeah, I was in that chair for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And it has had an effect on my mental state. But I'm fine. Inazuma 11 is going to salvage my day. And the weekend is close at hand. It is a long weekend as well, because we're going to have Easter. Tomorrow's Good Friday. We have half a day off. At least I do. And then, of course, the second day of Easter is on Monday, as per usual. So I have 3.5 days of weekend. I'm going to work on videos. I am going to really try to make some progress on actually getting through my backlog of Victory content. Victory Road content. That was frame 1. That's insane. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the push. Burning Overdrive. Now, I could just go for a shot, but I think they will cast a wall. Yeah, so I have to bait it out. I'm gonna play it back to Ryugal instead. See if I can position Sakurazaki a bit better. It's not what I want. And in fact, I lose the ball because of that. Hubris before the fall? For real, for real? It is a Good Friday if you get time off. Hey, amen, Lucas. Amen. That's what I'm saying. What are we doing with these passes? Has everyone forgotten to pass? Okay, here we go. Gandaras, at the very least, I can still rely on Gandaras. Oh, he's just gonna do that. Okay, then I'm gonna try to... I can't curve it around. Now I can curve it around because he's not in the way anymore. What are we doing? What happened to my curve shot? Why is it not curving the other way? Was I positioned wrong? I can't be talking all this shit about all the other teams that I played and then not beat these guys with an advantage win. I sauced up this team to hell and back for the viewer matches. I can't be doing this right now. Come on, lock the fuck in. Can't do driving header. Okay, fantastic. Get this big ass guy out of my way. Okay, that's 2-0, 17th minute. That's almost guaranteed going in, unless he gets a save, which is not going to happen, because I voted into existence. Good. Only half... You get the entire day off tomorrow, Vinny? That's interesting. I mean, me personally, I really didn't want to get half a day off, because I would rather use that half a day for, you know, a different purpose. I'd rather use it on a different day. But it's apparently been registered in my contract that is one of my free periods. So, you know, I'm just not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. But I would rather have used it somewhere else. I'm going to a convention in May, at the end of May, for example. Would have loved to use my free afternoon there, but I had to take vacation days off instead. So, but hey, it is what it is. Did they nerf curve shot? Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like for real. Like, I've used it a few times now since the update, and it just doesn't feel the same. Like, it feels like it curves less somehow. Can I pass to Gandaras? No, I'd rather pass to Ryuga. And then Scream of Eden should do it, I think. Tazcat, the dentist, made a god-knows impact on me. For sure, for sure. I mean, when you're sitting in that chair for 15 to 20 minutes, it is not pretty. It is not pretty. And they're scraping at your teeth like crazy to get the plaque off, and it is not fun. It is really not fun. I don't like the dentist in the first place, but when you have to sit there and just take it like that, yeah, no, it's really not fun. Okay, can I get a... I wanted a bit more tension, but I think I can in fact not do a Gono-i-sen, but I think with... Oh, we're more than fine. With Sakurazaki, more than fine. 28th minute, 4-0, no problem whatsoever. Easy, just like that. I saw someone asking what videos I'm working on as well. I think it was Nobunaga. Sorry for taking a while to respond to that, but I had to kind of lock in to actually get the advantage win, to not have to eat my words against Russia here. I'm trying to make compilations of all the Chronicle Mode matches that I've been doing. I'm trying to do it by season. So for example, I'll be releasing Season 1 separately, Season 2, Season 3, and then it'll just be a clean compilation of everything I've done. It'll be video format, so not everyone has to watch back the 3-hour streams, because I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. But it takes a while, obviously. It takes a while, because it has to be kind of a compilation. It can't just be the raw footage, at least in my mind. Got 0 Russian players as well, so... well, it is what it is. Okay, but that is that. That is the second match against Russia. Curve shot was nerfed, but chip shot is not nerfed, so chip shot meta is currently it. Godverdomme. That's all I have to say. Godverdomme. Curve shot was so nice to use, and then they just took it away. They just stripped us from that. Okay, but here it is. Shadow of Orion. Yurika Beor. Orion Eclipse is what they named this team in the dub. Banger name. I like it. I think it's good. Hold hands for the world. Okay, and here we have the worst national team. It's not even a national team, it's like a worldwide team. But this is like one of the worst compilation of teams that I have ever seen, with one of the ugliest national kids I have seen. I know it's based off Zhao Jinjun, but holy fuck, it is ugly. And like, it doesn't fit anyone on this team. Not even Li Hao. Goalkeeper kit's kind of clean though. I'll give it that. But yeah, for some reason, we have Rus Kasim in the defense, who was like, I think he was the guy impersonating Astor in the first Russia match. But like, we had like 27 other candidates, I think, for the defender spot. But hey, what are you gonna do? Orion Eclipse, on the other hand, is coached by none other than Kageyama. It is always Kageyama. It is always Kageyama. Even in Orion, they managed to find a way to bring him back. Okay, let's see what we got. What do I think about the Orion Part 2 so far? You think it's the best DLC they've added, Mr. Fridge? Mr. Fridge, I will give you that these matches have been implemented in a great way. They have been implemented fantastically. The gameplay so far has been incredibly clean. Unfortunately, the Orion story sucks balls, and I will die on that hill. I don't think I'm dying alone on that hill either. But the fact of the matter is, they've added a lot of cool stuff in this update, so I am a huge fan of it. I am a huge fan of this update. Would I say it's my favorite? Not entirely sure, but it is up there. The defender actually can use Froy's move. Okay. Meaning innocent drive, or what are we referring to? Also, football is like war. We are soldiers. Also, who decided this guy gets to be the coach? Like, who looked at this kid and decided that this was okay? It doesn't even fit on the guy whose hair is partly the same color of the kid. Like, holy. But hey, we got the Italian captain on this team, so W. Oh, they're calling it a holy war. Okay, interesting. So football is just war. Okay, and there it is. This is the climax of Orion no Kokuin. Hold hands for the world against Shadow of Orion. Now, you have seen it. Yurika is here next to me. I really would like to drop Yurika very badly, because I think she's an awesome antagonist. Also, suspicious free move slot has opened up on Andor here. I wonder what this could possibly be. But okay, we got Kazemaru has Kote Pingin number 2 featuring Shark. The Asto Inamori impersonator has Innocent Drive, Inabikari Dash, and Golden Goal, right? Shining Bird. I don't know what One For All is, but great, he has it. Lee Howell has it too. Inazuma breaks CG, whatever CG means. And who else has One For All? Freud has One For All. So it's Lee Howell, Marik, and Freud that have One For All. Interesting. And then Krario has Perseus Strike, which... Right, this match, bro. This match. Star Striker, okay, yeah, right. Okay, we have all the puzzle pieces. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I remember that scene, unfortunately. It is once again the greatest bullshit that they could possibly have come up with, but we will get there when we get there. The story of Orion is mid, but in my opinion has some of the best moves and characters. Huge upgrade from Ares. I will certainly give you that, Mr. Fridge. From Ares, it is a step up. I would say character-wise, sure. Sure, actually. I will agree with that. Use Diamond Edge, I think that is, as Clario. At the very least, this team has some really cool moves as well. Yurika and this goalkeeper in particular. Diamond Edge, yep. You know what? Clario's cool too. I would like to drop Clario if I can. Okay, he just kicks it away. Bit of a flex. And over to Yurika. Alright, Yurika, give me your worst. Which, well, can't really do much, but... Is this Orion Cross Viper? Oh, yeah. Such a cool move, too. This is like the duality of Orion, right? They have such cool concepts for moves and for characters, but then the story is so mind-bafflingly trash. It is an actual dumpster fire. The contrast couldn't be greater. But yeah, Orion Cross Viper, fantastic concept for a move. And I have seen people use Orion Cross Viper on different characters, and it just copies the sprite, the model of the player using it, obviously. So that's super cool. Panda, you agree that Orion is better than Ares? At least Orion feels finished, Ares genuinely feels half-baked. You know what? I can understand that sentiment. But I think I am just so averse to the story of Orion that nothing really salvages it for me, to be completely honest. Also, I didn't acknowledge this, but yeah, Kido is back. We finally have Kido back after being suspended for the entire tournament. And now, finally, God gets to do Last Resort once again. All on his own. As it should be. Welcome back, God. Welcome back, true Last Resort. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter, because Shadow of Orion is... Yeah, they are a team, to be sure. That is unfortunately another goal conceded. We'll see about that, Grandma. Don't question Super Megaton Head never being shown. Is that a thing? Super Megaton Head is a thing? There's so many things about this season that I don't remember. And probably that's for the best. Requiem. Okay. Is she gonna keep saying Requiem? Orion Cross Viper? Yep. I was talking about this before, and people were hoping that it wasn't going to be changed, the name wasn't going to be changed. I guaranteed them that Orion Cross Viper was gonna have a name change, because they would never keep a move that cool in the dub. And I was right. Cross Viper is stronger than her second move for some reason. It also uses part of the assets, part of the animation for Dead Future. Which I'm sure people have pointed out, but I guess this is like a solo Dead Future, in a sense. Okay, but our task now is just play for victory. We're behind 3-0, and now we play for victory. So we're going to take 1 goal back. Am I going to use One for All? Like, what is One for All? Am I spoiling myself? Sure. What is One for All? Oh, it's Sword of Tartaglia. Right, like, why is it called Sword of Tartaglia in the first place? What significance does that hold to the Russian guys? Like, the Italian captain isn't even participating. Why do we have 2 Russians and a Chinese guy doing a Italian move? Supposedly. Oh, hey. We scored. Goenji immediately paying dividends. Of course. If there is ever anyone who deserves to be on the national team, it is in fact Goenji. This would have sucked if Last Resort still had the original animation. If Last Resort by this point still had the original animation, then the entire Italy match would have been an actual dumpster fire. Like, they're using Last Resort not once, but 4 times in that match. 4 or 5. So, yeah, that would have been absolutely terrible. Let's see. Am I going to do another bit of chaining here? I sure can. Double-headed eagle. Regal eagle. Legal eagle. And then we're going to do an innocent drive towards Goenji, I think. For the elemental advantage. Innocento drive. I like that they also made it clear what actually happens in that animation. Because, like... He has black hole. Okay, well, that's not going to stop me. But... Nice. Nice. 2 to 3. We're coming back. It's Sword of D'Artagnan. Oh, it's Sword of D'Artagnan. Oh, D'Artagnan is one of the 3 musketeers. So that's why it's called One for All. Okay. Now that makes a lot more sense. Not gonna lie, I always thought it was called Sword of Tartaglia because of the way they say it in Japanese. But okay, that makes a lot more sense. Sword of D'Artagnan. Yeah, one of the 3 musketeers. One for all and all for one, as they say. Gold is out. After scoring 2 goals for us, basically getting us back on equal footing with Shadow of Orion, he is unceremoniously switched out, as well as Clario, in favor of Fudo Haizaki and Hikaru Ichihoshi. Also, I don't know if anyone's mentioned this, but let's see. Hold on, I need to get the ball to Asto first. Let me do that before I trail off. Where's Asto? Oh, there's Asto. He's all the way up somehow. Don't move further up. Like, what are we doing? I need to... Okay, now I need to pass it back and pass to Astor. There we go. Okay. So, I think the naming convention of this team, Orion, is... I think it's a galaxy. And then all of the players in this team, at least in the dub, I don't know how it is in the Japanese version. They are named after planets or moons in the galaxy of Orion. I think that's what it is. 0 chance of winning, except we are only behind 1 point. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. 0 does not just become 1, but that's okay. Goenji's job here is in fact done. Okay, where's Astor and why does he not have the ball anymore? Why did I lose the ball? Was there any sort of interaction? Well, okay, Astor lost the ball, that's true. I would have loved it if he didn't lose the ball, because now I need to get it to him again, and God knows passing never works out somehow. Okay, there we go. Once again, the same animation to force me into a battle with Yurika. Okay. And I lose both of them, of course. The Shadow of Orion kit is really clean, by the way. Like, that's a contender for the kit that I want to use for my main team, I think. I just noticed that the guy who impersonated Asto is called Rus for a first name, and that is... To me, that's quite funny, Because Rus in Dutch, that just means a Russian person. So, hey, that checks out.
ここにいる全員がサッカーをしているから。
It's the same with the guy on the Uzbekistan team in Galaxy who's called Ruslan as his first name. Like, that's so close to Rusland. But it's Uzbekistan. Interesting. Okay, is this where we have the bullshit chain, or is that not gonna happen quite yet? Use Kote Penguin Nigo featuring Shark as Kido. Okay, he gets it too. Interesting. Do I have plot armor? This is where we find out. We do in fact have plot armor. And here we go. Kote Penguin Nigo featuring Shark. With the Royal Academy guys. Ooh, hold. That's clean. Oh, that's so clean. Oh, it's so clean.
勝利を収めなきゃ。
The moves on this team are just gorgeous.
私の存在に価値はない。
Dark Shield, that's good. Marik is out. Love to see that. Aphrodite is in. Absolutely love to see that as well. Okay, and I get memed on immediately. Nosaka checks out. Adds nothing to this team, realistically. But hey. Plot relevance is a bitch, to me specifically. Because Nosaka needs to be on every match. When they focus battle against Yurika as Haizaki. Okay. Haizaki, the only one to get past Yurika? Well, Freud did just steal the ball, I guess, but... Haizaki actually dribbles past her.
どうしたさっきの威勢は。
少し持ち直したくらいで勝てるとでも思っているのか。
And she's getting a little smug with it.
始まった瞬間からこっちとら負けるつもりなんて一切ねえ。負けるなんて思ってるやつは一人もいやしねえ。そもそも大概の試合はピンチから始まる。そういうもんだろうがよ。
She doesn't know that all of Inazuma 11 is an uphill battle. Complete another focus battle against Yurika. Okay, then I'm passing back to Li Hao. It will force me into one. And I will lose this. And I think she will use her second move. Possibly. Or just Orion Cross Viper again and Endo actually stops it this time. Those are the two scenarios that can happen. Okay. Well, let me try to do Whirly Whirly or Spiral Draw. Meteor Shower. Interesting. Yep. Oh my god. This move is so cool too. I don't know. Do I just love the edgy moves? The answer to that is quite easy. Yes. It's awesome. I love it. But in the anime, it had like shadow dragons and everything and monsters fleeting after it. But in this version, it's only hands. You know, a little unfortunate, but I do respect the decision to make it less cluttered, I suppose. To make it less over the top. God Hand, oh brother. The grayscale effect? Okay. Hello? We already analyzed God Hand. How is this possible? That is not just God Hand. God Hand of Friendship. God. I really can't do anything but laugh at this plot point, honestly. Because, like, what kind of bullshit are we pulling for this to be a thing? That is dead-ass just God Hand with extra steps. Hey, we gave it a different name, so it's not actually the same move anymore. So your analysis is moot, actually. Sorry. Hate to say it. Mamoru Endo learned God Hand or Friendship. Alrighty. This is As-Pool God Hand. Yes, it is. Clario is also back in. I do not think that is allowed, but alright. This is war. Everything is allowed in Love and War. Also, I lost the ball immediately. Why is that a thing that can happen? Clario, please get the ball. Okay, apparently we're not doing that. Does he actually have... He does, in fact, have God Hand of Friendship. Well, let me just do regular God Hand. Like, there's no way I lose this, right? Yeah, no, it's just a regular matchup, so... Regular gold hand. Score using Perseus Strike as Clario. Okay. Let's see. Can I get it to Clario in the first place? Oh my god, bro. Give me like... Oh, why do you always have to do like the full field passes? And she does Meteor Shower again. For some reason, like passing to certain characters is just the most difficult thing in the world in this game sometimes. Somehow I won with Spiral Draw though, so I'll take it. Now, we got the ball to Clario. Fantastic. Got past this guy. Even better. And now we're here. Perseus Strike. Perseus Sword. That is, to be fair, another really clean animation. I don't really know where he pulled it from. But this match is kind of just the pull a cool new move out of your ass and win the match that way. Okay, and Clario's out again. We got Kido, Goenji, and Marik back on. This match is such a clusterfuck of events. But hey, I just noticed, at the very least, we are a higher level than Shadow of Orion somehow. These are supposed to be the super soldiers. You know, nurtured carefully by a person who's trying to take over the world. But we are a higher level, in fact. Friendship does pull us through. And then Inazuma breaks CG. What was different about that? Like, I guess I just kind of... Was there anything different about that? That is the same animation. I've seen that fill animation so many times by this point. They use that fill animation for so many goalkeeper moves. Like, holy. But okay. Score using One For All as Li Hao. Okay. Li Hao, your time to shine, mate. Go on. Griddle Mega to incapacitate some of these players so Li Hao has an easier time running all the way up the pitch. Go, Li Hao. Go, little guy. Go as fast as your tiny legs can carry you. I lost. Li Hao, man, you were supposed to do one thing. Get back up. There we go. Okay. One for all once more. Let me listen, actually. Okay, now I do hear they're saying D'Artagnan, actually, yeah. Heavy baby. Okay, heavy metal. Hey, Hoshi. Hoshi would fit on this team. That's a goal for Lee. That is 4-3 in our favor. That is 5-3, in fact, because I scored 2 goals in the first half. This would have been the equalizer otherwise.
私はお前たちのように遊びでやっているわけではない。勝つことが私の存在意義なのだ。
でも君は何か苦しそうだよ。
戦っているんだ。苦しいに決まってる。
それは違うよ。戦いは勝つ日だってあるし、負ける日だってある。負けたら悔しがればいいじゃないか。明日の勝利を目指してまたやり直せばいいじゃないか。
だから負けたら終わりなんだよ。
Like, Asto trying to pull the moral superiority here is... Like, it's fitting for him as a character, but it really doesn't do him a service. Alright, I guess it's not even like moral superiority, it just feels like a kind of indifference. Hey, you know, some days you win, some days you lose. Hey, it is what it is, you know. Just take it step by step. Okay, now he's doing the moral superiority. Hey, my way of thinking is better than yours. What if she only wants to win? What's wrong about that, you know? More substitutions. We got the international captains now. Petronio, Artur, and Froy. Okay. Enter the offensive zone as Froy. Alright. The amount of switches that we have made during this match is insane. We have surpassed 10 easily. Okay, Freud. Freud kind of has the moves. And there we are. The intro is playing. Time for the bullshit chain. Here we go. People can't trust one another. Shot number 1. Innocent Drive. Chain 2, they're actually going to do this whole thing. Planet Break. And it has the exact same shoot animation as Innocent Drive, which is interesting. To be fair, I think it did in the anime as well, but... Okay, Noska, I really don't care, to be completely honest. Just do your move, that's not even a new thing, like we've seen this. Chain 3, Kikuichi Monji, but less cool. Hi Zeki, now here's where we keep caring. Chain 4. Is it just Shark the Deep? It is in fact just Shark the Deep. And then, there he is. Our main guy, the final chain. Oh, there's Samba! Oh god, they mentioned them specifically, huh? Chain 5, Sunrise Blitz. And that's where it's going to leave. And there we go. Dark Field, Dark Shield. It will break through. But there's more. And there it is. With the drop of the music, at the very least, they made it a lot more hype than it was in the anime. In the anime, it was so anticlimactic. Like, Aso just kind of breaks through. There's no power behind his shot or anything. He's kind of nips it into the goal. You know, it is what it is, but it's so anticlimactic for a chain that has 5 whole shots in it. To end it off like that is... it's a little crazy. Okay, we have full tension, so I'm gonna pull out a few more moves here. You know what? This is a cool move, actually. I've not mentioned it, but that is a cool-ass move. Also, this is going to Goenji at just in time. Unbalanced to Pisa. Psa. Okay, and then there's only one way to end this off. We have to score the last goal with a last resort. With God himself. Goenji. There it goes. 1700 power, 1577 power. We have elemental advantage. And there is the 7-3 against Shadow of Orion. Because we had 4 plot armor goals and 3 hard-earned ones. 31st minute. This is a result to be proud of. But yeah, what a match. What a load of bull crap they pull out of their asses during this entire match. But okay, that's it. We did it. We did beat Shadow of Orion. And with that, we have officially finished the Orion no Kokuin Chronicle. Aside from the route unlock battle, of course. But that is it. That is the end of the story of Orion no Kokuin. And do we get any drops from this team? Got the goalkeeper and fucking Kageyama. It is always Kageyama. But I think this is... yeah, it's Orion version Kageyama, right? And Prokion, okay. At the very least, we got the goalkeeper. So that is one thing I will take. The goalkeeper with a very, very awesome goalkeeper move. Unfortunately, did not drop Yurika. But it is what it is.
言っただろ。勝てないんじゃない。今日負けただけだ。負けたって、次に勝てることを信じて歩くことをやめなければ終わりじゃないんだ。
アスト、今日は負けたけど、私たちも勝てる時を目指して進むよ。そしたらまた君に挑戦してもいいかな。
And she has changed. She is all better now.
そう簡単には負けないぞ。
And she smiled. The good ending has been reached.
さあどうだろうね。FFI は思わぬ方向に行っちゃったけど。
でもそのおかげで得られたものもある。ここにいるみんなと出会えた。
サッカーをやっているおかげでたくさんの出会いがあった。一番会いたかった人にも会えた。
Dad. Tosan. That's him, right? There he is. There is Dad.
父ちゃんはサッカーを守ったんだね。
いや、一時はサッカーを怪我しもした。しかし、日本で戦っていたお前の存在が私を引き戻したんだ。まっすぐに戦うお前の姿が私にオリオンと戦う勇気をくれたのだ。アスト。
Give him a hug, Astor. Bring it in. Yes. There we go. Healing is actively happening. And now we are back. We're back on the island. Backwater Raymond, Inakumi Raymond, is back. As corny as it is, the finger point is unfortunately a little iconic as well. And there we go. Champions of the world. Fudo does not care. He is so chill with it. And that is that. That is that. That was Shadow of Orion, the final match in the Football Frontier International Tournament, and the end of the Orion no Kokuin storyline. And we have the beautiful graphic to remember it by. But we still have one more thing to do before we enter the final stage of the Chronicle Mode, and that is playing a free match against Shadow of Orion, with the hope of getting more drops from this team, particularly Yurika. But historically not been that lucky with the Orion drops, so gonna cross my fingers, but we shall see. Shadow of Orion, you know what? I'll say it. Shadow of Orion is one of the better final teams. Even if the match is complete and utter bullshit, this team is cool. And I am only saying that, I am purely saying that because they are edgy, like every single one of them. Even Yurika, even the goalkeeper, even some of the big-ass defenders that they have here, even the girl in the middle with, you know, the gradient hair that they love to do so much in Ares and Orion. They all have some kind of edge to them, and I love that. You think I can finish Chronicle Mode today, Vinny? That'd be cool. It'd be cool to finish it off. I think I can do it too. Also, we have another Dutch person in the chat. W, CXK. Sorry, sorry, that's your name for me at this moment. I don't know how else to address you. But hey, welkom, welkom. Meer Nederlanders? Lekker man. Oh, Li Hao, holy shit. Je hebt Yurika als hero? Jongen, jongen. Sommige mensen hebben echt al het geluk. Ik heb niet eens 1 drop gekregen. Ik kreeg de goalkeeper van dit team. Okay, that's enough Dutch. English stream. So, gotta keep it clean. Gotta keep it English. For the most part. But yeah, no, historically not been too lucky. With also, I just noticed my first shot got blocked. So this is gonna be the one to know. But historically not been very lucky with the drops for these teams. So, I don't have great hopes But, wait, is that not the... Why do I think Ibuki has that animation as well? I don't think he does, actually, but... What is that animation from? Like the fill animation for Black Shield. I feel like I recall it from something, but like I can't put my finger on it, which is kind of annoying. Okay, I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. Let's see, Balion Totem. Oh, Femke, hey! Femke, you've been here before. Yeah, right, you've been here before, I remember. Hey, welcome back. Good to have you back. Right at the end of the Chronicle mode as well. That's awesome. I love having Dutch people around. Like, it's so good to see that the Dutch Inazuma 11 community is, like, still active. And that was definitely in the net, but, you know, that's okay. They fixed the cheese. You can't actually cheese it anymore with low drive, which is kind of ass. They're taking away all the fun stuff. Except for Justice, which is still busted as hell, apparently. Taking away rough play, taking away curved shot, taking away low drive cheese, you know. What do we have left by this point? The Dutch are multiplying. We sure are, Vinny, we sure are. Hey, there have been a few Brazilians in here before. The Dutch are just more consistent. The Dutch are just more consistent. Gekoloniseerd, as we would say. Okay, that's a 2-0. We are kind of at a bit of a time deficit, not gonna lie. How fast is Gandares? Oh shit, he's fast. This is basically awakening pace. So, you know what? That will just have to do it, I think. With a bicycle sword, which I could totally have just pulled out from anywhere. That should be enough to get through, if he doesn't do anything. Which he doesn't, so that's a 3-0. We have infinite tension. Yeah. On the... I guess on tension teams and justice teams at the very least. Actually, not justice, but yeah, tension teams specifically have infinite tension. And for some reason, that is never getting nerfed, because that's just deemed unnecessary, I guess. It's sad that the Polish community is not that strong, Yami. See, you say that, but then on the multi-language videos, I've really had quite a few Polish people commenting and like coming in and being like, oh shit, you got the Polish dub? Wow, the Polish dub sucks ass. I didn't remember this at all. But there are people out there. I guess they're just not finding the stream, which is understandable. I'm not especially a huge channel, so... let me see what I can do here. I think I'm just gonna... How poetic would it be if I passed the Hoshi? But I don't think I can. I have to pass the Gandaras instead, with the Galaxy here. Still cannot figure out how to get a third person to do the punch. And to then have Gandaras and Ryugel standing in the hand, but... But holy shit, speaking of, Mr. Fridge, you're Polish? Nie słychane. Nie ma drogi, as they would say. That is so cool, that is so cool. Witamy! So, Yami, ask and you will receive. Beautiful, eh? We're really just connecting everything here. All the communities. Let me test. Did they really nerf curve shot that hard? They did. That's crazy. That's insane. How much did they nerf that? It doesn't even curve until the... Hoshi. Claymore? Am I in the Claymore range? I don't think I am. Am I? I am. Hold. Huge. Don't get memed by the big guy. Hoshi. I popped off a little too early. That's it. That's my goat! Opa! Hoshi! Come the fuck on. And that's the final goal on the free match against Shadow of Orion. And that's it. Advantage win against Shadow of Orion as well. Beautiful. Why is my Polish actually so smooth? I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. I have to learn Polish. I have to learn Polish. My girlfriend is Polish. Yeah, and her parents do not speak English. So, learning Polish is a necessity. So I'm trying. But okay, that's that. And I did get drops from this team. But unfortunately, no Yurika. This guy did intrigue me, however, so I'm alright with getting him. Bellatrix I could have done without, not gonna lie. But yeah, okay. So, kind of mid-drops, but it is what it is. That is all of the content for Orion no Kokuin. Which means that we're gonna see Victorio pop up. There it is.
では究極化身11の発言に挑戦するぞ。
What is, I am still so curious what the ultimate Kashin 11 actually constitutes. Like, is it my own team with Victorio?
B クロニクルルートに異常事態だ。今まで未確認となっていたルートにマインドイーターの資格が現れた。
And that is the extra content.
しかも奴らは我々が未来に戻るルートを遮っている。マインドイーターが用意したチームを倒さなければプルークシティには戻れない。
Is this the team with Victorio's childhood friend? Please tell me it is, because I'm... Yes! Canis! Holy shit, wait, he's so cool. He's so cool, he's back. The Path of Trials. Also, this kit that he's wearing as well, super duper clean. That may be a good replacement for the kit I have currently. The Storm Ridge kit, but... Rather, if I don't drop this guy, he is going in the collection of characters on the left here. I do want to pull this guy really badly. How are we going to have two edgy teams right after one another as well? Ooh, never mind. Hold on, it's a warp spot. That's also a warp spot. So, why do I have it in two different locations? Okay, so I warp. Ah, because I have to warp from the station. Okay, well it's a little cumbersome. Why not just warp me from the warp point at the end of the Orion route? But okay, here we go. This is the extra content exclusive to the Chronicle mode. There's the Mind Eater. There's Kageyama Reiji, most likely. Okay, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches here. But... rather limited story, I have to imagine. And we only have to do one match against each. So I think there's a good possibility that we will finish this tonight. That is a cool-ass emblem. The Howling Winds, and that is Hakuryu. That is a level 96 gate battle. Holy shit, Powai Picholi. Ashvina? Wait, they've got some... Matatagi! They've got some cool characters on this, man. Hold on. Okay, so these are going to be compilations of characters from teams, prominent characters from teams from all of the Chronicle routes. Interesting. There's also the Italian girl with the bridge hairpiece. Very, very interesting. Okay, that's cool. Level 96. I'm really curious to see what these kits are going to look like, because that emblem was clean as hell. Don't know how I feel about the kits, especially since it's covering the entirety of their arms, but... I'm gonna give it a pass for now. I think we're guaranteed to drop the kits, since we are playing against them. That was the same with the Gatekeepers. Was the same with Platos, I think it was called. Also, is this the pitch from the match against the Angels, the Angel team from Inazuma 3? This is so interesting. It's like a patchwork. Yeah. And the team is white and blue. I guess so, Yami. I guess so. You're not wrong. And Kazemaru actually has a voice line when we're starting the match. Warp Stab. Oh, they're not playing around. Hold on. But Tobitaka's got this. Shinkuma V3. This might actually not be as easy as some of the other matches that we have played tonight. In fact, I'm willing to bet money that it's not going to be. I'm willing to bet money that we are not... I don't want to make any absolutes. Don't want to set any absolutes. Even though I only work with absolutes. But there's a solid chance that we don't advantage win. all of these teams. The theme is they're all wind players? Okay, that also makes sense. They're also all kind of blue though. So, or blue or white. So Yami was technically not wrong. But wind theme, okay, so that's how it's going to be. We're going to have elemental teams then, supposedly. Wind, fire, wood, mountain, possibly void. There's no void players though, so... Sacrifice, yeah, okay. This is a sacrifice that we're gonna just have to make. And the real gal's fine. My Galaxy Goat would never fail. Tearing Tempest as well. Okay, yeah. Tearing Tempest. Tempest is in the name. It makes too much sense, actually. But we're pulling through. First goal, 7 minutes in. Absolutely not bad. Kurara is given Waterfall in this team. I guess they're trying to align her with Pawai, which makes sense. You like the wood team kit? See, I'm gonna see that in a bit here, but don't know what to expect of it quite yet. Hold on, is this going in? I have elemental advantage. Yes, that's going in. Absolutely. That's a 2-0. This team has a distinct weakness against my stupid-ass Galaxy Twins. So that's not going to end well for them, actually. If I could just score with a low drive and a curve shot, then they're not in for a good time. Okay, and I am getting away with so many fouls on Hoshi right now. Hurricane arrows, huh? Let me try rock and roll beat. Yep, that's Hoshi. Just that easy. Hoshi always comes out on top. Unfortunately, we'll have to concede the ball here. That's Sakurazaki. Gandaras is back here. Can I do... I cannot do a curve shot, but I think a raw shot should just do it, actually. That is insane. But like I said, min-max this team, sauce this team up to hell and back, and no immunity to my stupid-ass Galaxy Twins. So that's going to be our strategy. Actually, I'm kind of really hyped for what they're going to pull in this mode. Also, this is a team full of wind players, and they did not include Tobitaka, which is a massive crime. Fortunately, I am compensating. So you're telling me, this is what you're telling me, right? You're telling me that this team could not spare a single copy of Tobitaka, yet they had to give fucking Igloo Shinkuma for some reason. Okay. Okay. Way to kick a guy while he's down. Level 5. Thank you. Okay, Burning Overdrive. And this should just lock in the final goal. Well, he's going to get in my way. Fortunately, we do have Hoshi. And she is, in fact, fast enough to get here. She will, in fact... Oh, that was almost it. That was almost it. Just a really clean-ass regular shot. Do not have enough tension. Give me a little bit of tension. Give me a little bit of tension. And I do not have enough tension for a driving header. I have to rough play, which I think I have extra power for now that I did a rough play. Yup. Okay, this works out. Power charge is stronger because I did all those foul plays. And they actually like have voice lines for if you challenge them in a focus battle. That's so interesting. At least some of the notorious players, you know, some of the actual relevant players. Kazemaru, this Mool guy. The Jackknife girl, of course. Okay, but that's that. That is actually advantage win. But I think this is going to be one of the easier ones since, again, we do have Gandaras, we do have Ryugel. So, basically, our best forwards... Oh, Sakurazaki's a bit batching in both of them. But our best forwards, in conjunction, they have an elemental advantage against this goalkeeper. Kazemaru is in here, so they use the more important wind players only. Actually, I think that discredits your argument. Like... They included Kazemaru, so they clearly weren't picky about who they were including on this team. You know? Shiny feathers. Okay, hold on. I've not seen this in this game. That's a move from Galaxy. And it's clean. It's clean. It's really pretty. Ooh, so they have quotes if they win and if they lose? Wait, hold on. I might have to explore a little bit. Does Kazumado have anything extra? Yes, he does. And Matatagi? You think Matatagi has something? He has a shot, apparently. They gave him Sparkle Wave. Which is like the least fitting move for a guy like him, I think. Unfortunately, he does not know the power of Fable Tobitaka with Shinkuma Z. And that's that. Ratioed by Tobitaka. Get fucked. Good effort. There it is. That is the first team of the Chronicle Mode exclusive content. I already forgot what they were called. Tempest something. That is a good starter, though. That is a good first team to face. Very promising. Tearing Tempest. And this is a true test of the team that I've built, that I've nurtured throughout this entire playthrough. Okay, got Ginchiro, got Mu again. Got some players from this team. Get the kit. As said, this is guaranteed to drop after every match that we play. So that's good at least. Don't have to farm anything for this. Fate's calling the main captain of Season 2 finally not important. Are we referring to Kazumado with that? Because I will always meme on Kazumado when I have the opportunity. Okay, so that's the Wood team. I see they weren't very original with the variations for these teams. They're just gonna... They're gonna distinguish them by the color of the emblem, are they? Leaf Lacerators. Okay, I did not even know Lacerator was a word. Who we got? Oh, brother, what a team. We got Ponko. Got Ponko on the team. Yurika. Aphrodite from Ares. And then we got Sakuma from Shin Teikoku. It's so interesting. Reize. Okay. And then we got some insignificant players. Well, I have to mention Bjorn, Bilal Khalil, obviously. The rest of them, whatever. Interesting. Some of these picks are very interesting. They even had a ninja guy from Sengoku Igajima from the first season. So cool. The green is nice. The green and the pink is a very nice contrast, actually. So I will give you that, Panda. This is clean. Ooh, and this is on the... Yep. This is the... It's the Eternal Shining match, I think. And coincidentally, also the Ancient Darkness match. That's what this pitch is for. That's cool, but it fits. It fits. There's so many trees here. Oh, and we got the Zeus theme. Does it get any better than this? As an Inazuma player, do you get any more dopamine than from hearing the Zeus theme play? Holy shit, Divine Stamp on Aphrodite? Okay. Unfortunately, my funny distraction move is a bit better than that. Prepare for peak OST. You are absolutely right, Lucas. You are absolutely right. Interesting that they selected the most ugly character in possibly all of Inazuma 11 in the fucking Daikon Radish guy from Ogre. Very interesting decision making that we've got. He will in fact pull out Volcano Cut, which will weaken my shot considerably, but Sakurazaki gets it back up to 2200, which will get us partway there. Kaikenufo, that's exactly what that move is. I do not want to translate it into Dutch because it sounds so much more stupid when you do. Kaikenufo! Okay, Holy Zone. Of course, we will push through that. With a regular shot, even. Oh, the tentacles on the emblems as well, to signify the Mind Eaters. That's cool. That's cool. Ah, the ant girl. Okay, yep. Ari, 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 ari. That one was memorable at the very least. But, well, I can't help but criticize some of their choices here. Because, you know, I don't know how I feel about some of these wood choices. I feel like there would have been better characters to push forward here. Aphrodite, of course, had to be on it. That was never a question. But, like, we got Gandaras, we got Ryugel. They're both wood. Pretty sure Banda is wood as well. So why pick the ant girl over him? But I guess they wanted to kind of differentiate the separate teams. You know, Banda, Gandaras, and Ryugel, they have a big role in the match against the Bug team, against What are they even called again? Well, it's not coming to me, but that's fine. So, they wanted to give the ant girl more of a role, I suppose. Though, well, we did play Yurika like 1 match ago. 2 matches ago. So, I don't really know. I feel like that reasoning kind of hits the wall pretty quickly as well. Okay, you know what? You know what I just realized? We have the perfect counter for this goalkeeper, and it's none other than Hoshi. Kurumara Spirits? Hold on. In fact, we have the perfect counter for this entire team, and it is none other than my goat Mikana Hoshi. That's all you need. She will solo this team, in fact. Eat and leave no crumbs. Push through defenders twice her size. And still live to tell the tale. Banda's wind? Okay, fair enough. That's my bad. I had a feeling it was either wood or wind, and I lost the 50-50, as per usual. They gave him God Catch. Okay, so Hoshi's conquest of this team will have to wait a little bit. We will get there. Give it a little bit more time. Give Tubitaka some space to maneuver. To get the ball. Yep. Got Heat, who is also wood, in fact. Then pass it to Hoshi, and we're back. And this time Khalil is not going to get in my way. Goalkeeper does not have a move. And there it is. 3-0 on Hoshi's name. Alright. One more goal. And we once again get away with an advantage win. Addy! I think the most difficult team to play against is... Is it going to be Fire? No, because I have Sakurazaki. Though Gandares and Ryugal, they can't really get any elemental advantages. That at the very least is something that will put a spanner in the works. I have to pass back, because I was about to run into the castle wall. Okay, actually, I was thinking, are they going to use Gabriela as the goalkeeper on the mountain team? But I think we all know it's going to be Ando. Speaking of, could they not have just put Tachimukai in goal for this match? Like, what was keeping them from putting Tachimukai on goal? No, credit where it's due, this Radish guy is a pretty good defender. He does knock down all my power quite a bit, but ultimately doesn't matter. Doesn't matter even in the slightest. Victory Road isn't represented at all, but imagine if we had Unmei and or Kisoji on this team. I was thinking Kisoji would have been a great fit for this team, but I guess none of the actual Victory Road characters ever appear alongside, you know, aside from Victorio and such, who are pivotal to the Chronicle Mode. They never actually appear in the Chronicle Mode, so it makes sense for them to not be here, I guess. As sad as I am to say it. It makes sense that Kisoji and Unmei are not on this team. Unmei wouldn't have played regardless. Because, you know, even when he did play, they managed to find a way to not make him move at all. Which is fine. Gabriela is dead, so she can't be a goalkeeper? Yeah, no, you're right, actually, Panda. You're right. Already forgot about that. They killed off our goat, our Italian goat. And Kusaka, too. Kusaka gets a goal in. Cheeky goal from Kusaka. It's been a while. It's been a while, so that's good. 5-0 victory over the Wood team without them pulling off a single shot. Maybe these level 96 teams, maybe they're a bit of a pushover. Not going to lie. Or maybe that is just a sign to how well I've built this team. Frankly, I think I prefer that. I think I prefer that reasoning. Hoshi sweep. The Hoshi sweep happened. She did score once. But well, she swept all of the anime canon characters. Okay, I got like half the team for this one. Dropped Shinte Kokusakuma, dropped the ninja guy, dropped the guy from Tsurugi's original team, who's called Natsuki. So close to Natsumi. My goat, Kurumada. But alright. Nappa and Heat too, who are both wood. Mirage in the Forest. That's what this chapter was called. Interesting. And I guess this is the future, huh? This is the future of Victorio. Damn. It's seen better days, to be sure. Next up is Fire, and the final team will be Earth. Molten Maelstrom. That's what we're up next. And they have Bike from the Korean team. They have Burn. Oh my god, this team may just be peak already. They have Garshai, they have Changsu Choi, they have Burn, they have Taiyo, they have Yamato. Oh my god, they have so many good characters. They have the captain for Saudi Arabia, I think, from Orion. And then they have the guy, one of the grandpa kids, who is actually also locked to one of his element. That's the fire guy from the Chrono Stones postgame. That's so interesting. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't include the rest of the grandpa kids, to be honest. But okay, this one is going to be all in on Sakurazaki. That's what this is going to be. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I like these kits, but I don't like that the arms are just entirely covered, so I don't think I'll be using any of these. But the kit that the team of Victorio's childhood friend has, that is a close contender. That is a close contender. Also, this team has Lean. People are so hyped to see Lean, and you know what? So valid. She's pitched as well. She's fielded, rather. She's on the pitch, she's fielded. That's awesome. Rayan Justice. Alright, Molten Maelstrom. The plan is simple. Everything's going to Sakurazaki. And he's growling again. We're matching his freak. They gave my goat Volcano Cut. I will win. I'm going to move on angrily. Okay, cavalry advance. I just need to push past a few people to get some tension. That's one. And I think that's probably going to be enough if I play it to Sakurazaki. Scream of Eden, direct shot with Sakurazaki will most likely do it. Let's see, Papa is on defense. That's what this guy is called from Protocol Omega. He's called Papa in the dub. Don't blame me. They gave him Supreme Spin. Okay, and that's a block move. Interesting. Never knew. But even with that being blocked, it almost went through. So it's a good sign. We also have Kusaka as a backup. If we get enough tension, we can absolutely just bang out a cue ball head and cheese out a goal that way. Got Kira. Got a Kira spirit. I don't think I want to use the cue ball head gambit right now. I will get a bit more tension just by memeing on this random guy. Play to Sakurazaki. Stick to the script. And that's the 1-0. Easily. And that's a breach. Completely unnecessary breach. At the very least, did not deplete my tension. So I will take that. Absolutely. Speaking of Victory Road characters that could have been wrapped here, Raika and Soramiya could have fit on Molten Maelstrom. Absolutely. I mean, they're fire elements. So yeah, that would have worked. Sakurazaki's going to be on whatever the mountain team is. Kisoji would have been on the wood team. Yagyu would have been on the mountain team as well, I suppose. Let me see. Let me just play to Sakurazaki. Let me just do a Gonui Sen. So we have double elemental advantage against anything Yamamoto can do. That's not his name, actually. Senguji is his name. With elemental advantage, if he doesn't do anything, that's going in. I'm about to say. That 20%. Is it 20%? Is it 10%? Doesn't matter. Either way, that is certainly going in. I think it's 20%. Because it went up by roughly 500, so yeah, that makes sense with a power of 2600. Okay, well this is really a gauntlet. It's not per se a difficult gauntlet, especially when you've, trudged through the entire Chronicle mode. Also, I'm getting away with so many tackles right now, you love to see it. But it is a gauntlet for sure. And it is a potent reminder of how much we've pushed through. We've pushed through all of these teams. We've played at least 150 canon matches. Like, you have to imagine. This is the entire history of Inazuma 11 that we've played through. And everything is slowly being represented once again in this final gauntlet. It's really beautiful when you think about it. Like, this is Inazuma 11 at its best. Summarized into 4 teams. Well, with questionable rep choices, but representing the less popular characters is also a huge part of Inazuma 11. Like, you have people representing the most obscure characters out there. And that is the beauty of Inazuma 11. That is the beauty of a franchise with more than 5,000 characters. I think the reason for the warp in the middle of the map might hint at maybe a few more DLCs. Nobunaga, I want to be hopeful. I want to be hopeful that they keep banging out good content for this game. But I also don't want to speak before my turn. So that is a Dutch saying that I just literally translated into English. Also, that's going in. 13 more power than Senguji here. Beautiful. But if there is going to be more DLC, then absolutely the middle does make a lot of sense for there to be warp points. Absolutely does make sense. Let's hope it is that, Nobunaga. Let's absolutely hope it is that. Because I would love for there to be more content for this game in due course. Also, I'm just kind of up here. Like, Gandara's just kind of up here. He doesn't get a whole lot extra power, but he's up there. In a matter of seconds. You know what? Hoshi. Why not? Against Jiangsu Choi? Nah, I don't care. Got Momochi. Okay. And now we can bang out a headbanger. Okay. Little guy is not pulling out any sort of walls. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to see if we can bang one in with Hoshi. Okay. Little defender does have Volcano Cut. That makes sense. So this is not going in. That's fine. Just testing the waters. Got 2 more minutes to make the impossible possible. Caught Lian on the edge with Kusaka. Prima donna. I can't have you do that. I can't have you do that with Morimura's boyfriend. Sorry, girl. I would have given you anything you wanted. Would have given you any screen time you wanted. But you are not going to seduce Morimura's boyfriend. What a beautiful pass from Kusaka. And this is going to have to seal the deal. The 5-0 from Hoshi? Never mind, because this little thing gets Rafuram. Cocked once again. But that's okay. 4-0 win, advantage win. Against the Molten Maelstrom. And just like with Pokemon, every Inazuma 11 player is bound to be someone's favorite. Well, I can't imagine every Inazuma 11 character, but a ton, right? A ton of characters, ton of obscure characters that have really dedicated fans. Okay, got the captain from, this is Saudi Arabia, right? Yeah, this is Saudi Arabia. The captain from Saudi Arabia. From Orion. So that's one thing. 2 Jiangsu Choi spirits. And that's that, I think, for this team. Was Kidako on this team? I don't think so, right? I didn't see her. I would have certainly noticed her if she was on there. So that was just a little gimme. Okay, but that means the final elemental team is up ahead, right here. The Earth team. Who is on this? Who is the captain for this team? Stone Smashers with Kazuruma as a captain. Okay, interesting. Mountain Shadow. Oh my god, bro. They have Duff fucking Dooley. Keiichiro Noya on midfield. I see now, Panda, why you said that they had a base choice for midfielders. Why did they have these 2 clown-ass characters on the midfield when you have so many cool mountain-type players? Also, this defense is whatever. They have the lion guy from the Navy Invaders. They have a farm player, Sendayama. They have Clario, Desta, and Rococo. So honestly, those are good picks. Kazuruma and Barga as well from Galaxy. Good representation. And yeah, they actually do have the goalkeeper from the grandparents' kids. So the goalkeeper, the spare goalkeeper. Yeah, cool. All right. Start the match against the Stone Smashers, the final elemental team in this post-Chronicle route area? Yeah, that's what I can call them. Alright, Mountain Shadow. Duff duly mentioned, it's incredible. Incredible. Like I was saying, they're representing characters big and small, important and completely secondary to any sort of plot going on. But alright, at least they have a Rokoko. That is a good representation for an Earth goalkeeper. Making an Inazuma 11 multi-language video with God Hand Axe. Brother, I wish I could. I really wish I could, but the latter half of Season 3... I think I've expressed it at some point, but the latter half of Season 3 for Inazuma 11 is so tough to work with, because everything is copyright claimed. As soon as you try to upload a single clip for it, it gets copyright claimed. And I'm pretty sure the video gets blocked as well. It's been a while since I tried, but back in the day I tried uploading a multi-language video for Shadow Ray, which I think it was like... Well, for one, okay. Rokoko is even included in this. Sorry, I'm just in awe over the characters that are using this move. But back in the day, I did Shadow Ray, which I think was one of the first, if not the actual first episode in which I was using the Polish dub as well. Speaking of Polish, you know. But yeah, it was just, it's copyright claimed. So the entire video was done. I didn't check it beforehand. Biggest mistake of my life. Biggest mistake of my multi-language career. I'll say they completely fucked over Curve Shot. That sucks. Please change this back. But didn't check the video, didn't check if there was any sort of issues with it. But yeah, there were issues with it. In fact, the entire video was just blocked because it was footage from Season 3. And they do not like you using footage from the latter half of Season 3. Yasha! Okay, got memed by Chamomile from the Destructors. They should have put Kusaka on this team, not gonna lie. But hey, maybe that's just my bias speaking. Like, he certainly would have been a better pick than fuck-ass Duff Dooley. And that is with a lot of offense towards you, Panda. I'm not trying to glaze Duff Dooley in any way, shape, or form. Kusaka would have been a superior midfielder in every single way. Also, Rokoko kinda got hands. And Barga's got Wall of Atlantis. Which, sure, you know what? Pop off. Still up to 4200. Speaking of God Hand Axe, there it is. It is going through. Exactly. And that's what we love to see. Fighting mountain with mountain. It is... I'm just in awe over the character selection. I'm just in absolute awe over this character selection. Also, can I, like, not foul? Have I had a single foul from a dash tackle? Are goalkeepers... or are referees non-existent in this area? Like, are we not using referees anymore? I mean, that's what it's starting to look like, not gonna lie. Because I've just been using all these dash tackles scot-free. No repercussions whatsoever. Yeah, Rokoko has the elemental advantage here, but... Red Gold Hand! Holy shit, there it is. This is something they introduced with this update as well. They added Red God Hand. And I don't know if it's specifically for Rokoko. I know you can buy it separately. It's a Fire Element God Hand. You can buy it in the shop. In one of the shops. But I mean, canonically it belongs to Rokoko, right? We'll pull out all the stops, I'm sure, Clario. I'm sure. Claro, amigo. Okay, let's see. This kit? I don't know. I'd rate it like a 4 out of 10, I think, just because the brown and the pink really do not look good together. But okay, let me see. Pelion Totem for a bit more AT, I think. And then we got Pelion Whip. That should just do it. Hold on. That should do it. The referees have been eaten by the Mind Eaters. Hey, that's possible. This is a dystopian future where basically almost everyone has been killed, except for a small part of the resistance. Maybe they really didn't have referees left. And again, who's going to play referee in this, you know, this outer world setting? We're literally being blipped to the past. We're being blipped to heaven, being blipped to some remote island, to the past, the literal Jurassic era. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any referee except for the guy from Chrono Stones would be willing to pull up here. Earth Element has some cool goalkeepers. Endo, Rococo, Mama Shigdil, Gabriella. Yep. That is true. They do have a great selection. See, personally, Mountain is my favorite element. Because there's just... like, some of my favorite characters are Mountain Element. Kusaka, for one. Kusaka is a really big one. I made myself Earth Element as well, so we can add that one to the list of my favorite Earth characters as well. Myself. I do love myself. But yeah, great selection. I mean, Earth also has characters like Desta, and I mean, you're seeing it has Claudio. Lokoko has been mentioned, Sakurazaki's Earth Element, so the selection, it just keeps growing bigger. And there's a lot of bangers in there. They have the shelter. Okay. This guy got the shelter. Rokoko gets God Hand V. And he voices it. Beautiful. That makes sense. Him being an Endo clone, that makes sense. But it's not going to stop Sakurazaki. Sakurazaki, the actual god of the pitch. Okay. And that is that. Xanark as well. Exactly. Exactly. ST3VN. That's what I'm going to address you as. That is what your name is telling me right now in the stream. I think that's also your profile picture. Yes, it is. Can I call you Steven? Does that work? Is that what the intention is? Steven W. Xanark, of course, belongs in that list of Earth players who are absolutely worth the trouble. And holy fuck, it was just meant to be, wasn't it? Duff Dooley is unfortunately inevitable. Okay, moving on. Haru as well. True. And then we got Oksu too. Oksu, yep. Oksu Seiji. Can't remember. Can't forget, rather. Steven is your name? Okay, fantastic. I interpreted it right then. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, hold on, that emblem. Destroyers. They're just called Destroyers. Level 99. Level 99 gate battle. Ooh, hold on. We got some good designs on this team. We got some good designs. They're all hypnotized. Okay, I'm looking at the spare goalkeeper. The spare goalkeeper looks good. Kane's looks good. Regular goalkeeper looks good. Simi Thorn in the defense looks good. Okay, we've got a few bangers on this team. This may just be the banger team for the ending of this Chronicle mode. And that emblem is and excuse the rough language, goddamn fucking banger. I want that for my team. I want to embrace the edge. I want to embrace this team, its emblem, its kit, everything.
地球を救うための必要不可欠である前提条件は今確立した。彼らに地球の未来を託す。
クロニクル11、いや、究極化身11ならきっとやれるよ。
Yes, we can.
最終決戦で地球の運命を変えてみせる。さあ、お前の姿を見せてくれ。僕たちの思いが一つになった究極化身よ。
The ultimate Keshin, Victoria. Is it? Oh! That's... Is that not the guy from the Sword of Perseus move? What the fuck is that?
あれが究極化身。君はやり遂げたんだね。世界を救うための君の役割を。だったら俺も果たすよ。世界を救うための俺の役割。
Oh, that goes hard as fuck. Absolute cinema. Holy, we are in for a peak match. Surely. Brother, can I drop characters from this team because I need this guy. I need this guy. I need Kane's on my team ASAP. If not on my main team, on the secondary team, on the edgy team, anywhere he wants to be. What a banger design. Alright. This is it. This may just be the absolute final match of the Inazuma 11 Victory Road Chronicle Mode against the Destroyers. Level 99. Let's see what we can do. Going to do the same thing as usual. Going to push up immediately. Cavalry advance. To get that extra bit of speed, extra bit of attack power. We bump into a few people because referees do not exist in this universe. Floor Fiesta. Okay, so we use Asakoni UFO. We beat her because we have better stats. Gandara's completely souped up. All of the characters on this team souped up with all the beans they need. Okay, we're at the goal. Goalkeeper 3000 KP. Galactic Gigafall to Kusaka. Because he's nice and in the middle, well positioned for a goal. My controller is vibrating with excitement for this match. I don't know what element this goalkeeper is. I'm going to do a direct shot with Kusaka. Reverse world. Negative feedback. And he voices it. Goalkeeper is mountain element. Which means that I do not have elemental advantage with any of my forwards. Mountain is possibly the worst element that they could have picked for a goalkeeper. Not gonna lie. It is the only goalkeeper element that I do not have a viable shooter for. And he voices rejection? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But Hoshi always pulls through. Come on, my girl. Fuck yeah. And in the background, we just got this going on. Like, I don't even know what's happening. The Sword of Perseus guy is battling a giant fucking alien. I don't know. I'm just taking everything at face value. Is the cutscene going to expand itself the more we score? Okay, that's Momochi. It's not the guy I need. I do appreciate Momochi. It's not Kane's. Hoshi's 70%, of course, that's my goat. Adult Tobitaka, that's great. Would love to drop some characters from this team. Unless I can't. Unless I actually actively have to pull for them. Floor Fiesta is Mountain. I will do Menacing Glare. So I'm equally, equal odds. But of course, Hoshi pulls through. Okay. I could do Head Bazooka. I'm not going to. I'm going to do a regular shot with Gandara's, which unironically almost gets us there. Okay, hold on. I need Hoshi to intercept here. And then I can't just bang out a Kyobo head. Not gonna lie. I don't want her to do a long shot, because it's going to take up a bunch of my time getting back up the field. So Hoshi's judge is gonna come out. Play to Kusaka. I have enough time. I do not have enough time, in fact. Do I ever power charge? Is Kusaka strong enough for this? No, that's fine. The pentagram, zone of pentagram. Okay, interesting. Too bad you got Hoshi right on your heels. And she will, in fact, score the 2-0 as well. Because these defenders do not seem to have any defense moves, any block moves. Good effort. 2-0 by Hoshi. Hoshi may just be the top scorer of this match. Okay, that is the same exact cutscene that we just had. Beautiful, beautiful. I love repetition. Also, I just noticed that the Kanes are the gradient hair. They love the gradient hair. Ares, Orion, Victory Road, they love the gradient hair. But that's a good gradient. White to like a wine red. Yeah, that's clean. Going into a ponytail as well. Love that. Do I ever win with Asakoni UFO against... Yep. I do win against Grand Sweeper. Always works. Nothing as clean as an easy distraction. Okay, Gandara's need to bump into a few people. Because again, no referees. We can do whatever we want. She's not going to cuck me with her castle wall. We're going to pass to Ryugel. With Galactic Gigafall. I don't think I have enough tension to do anything else. But I can Gungnir. Gungnir's good. Because it's neutral against Reverse World and Rejection. Okay, that's good. Is that enough? It's not quite enough. Had we had elemental advantage, that would have been enough. But good interception. Over to Sakurazaki. And with no actual capable defenders in the way, we got ourselves a 3-0. Reverse world. He doesn't save this. There it is. 3-0. One more. One more goal. I'm still so curious what this thing is. Like, what am I looking at? What is this purple thing? That's just an alien. That is just Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. We are back. Okay. Lost my stamina. Couldn't push past. Swallow counter. I'm gonna go berserk. They should have made Kane's invincible like Teta. Your goalkeeper should be strong enough by this point to handle that. True. That would have made this match a bit more threatening, I think. For now, it feels kind of on par with most of the rest of the Chronicle Mode exclusive teams, like, you know, the Gatekeepers and such. They also weren't really much of a threat. But Grand Sweeper. Urando Sweeper. Rejection once again. This guy loves rejection. Ooh, goalkeeper kit. I don't know how I feel about the goalkeeper design for this kit per se. Get me some tension. Get me some tension from Declan as well. Declan Rice. Okay, and this should do it. Hoshi. There couldn't be a more perfect time for Hoshi to show up. Hold up. Will she get a hat trick in this final match of the Chronicle Mode? Is it gonna happen? She does in fact not have enough tension to do another move herself. But no good defenders on this team means that Hoshi will score her third goal of the match. Hat-trick for Hoshi, hat-trick for my goat, and that's all you need to see. Bam! Beautiful. The Perseus guy is still going at it. Okay, but that should be the end of the match. That is an advantage win. And... oh, the match is not over. Hold on, we have to play 2 halves. Interesting. Okay, okay. Lucas, now I see how you won 9-0 against this team. If we have to play 2 halves. But that makes sense, that makes sense. We have story to get through.
キニス、君は操られているんだろ？正気に戻ってよ。
B、俺は確かにマインドイーターの支配下にいるけど、完全に操られているわけじゃないんだ。え？俺は君が世界を救う使命を背負ったように、俺の使命を果たしているんだ。
使命？それって？
この試合に勝とうと負けようと、マインドイーターがその気になれば、俺たちを滅ぼすことができる。マインドイーターは俺たちのクリエイターなんだ。
クリエイター？
俺たちを作った創造主ってことさ。だから創造主にとって価値を失ったこの世界を滅ぼそうとしている。誰もそれを阻止することなどできない。
そんなこと
あがいても無駄ってことだよ。
僕は、いや、俺は絶対に認めない。この世界では多くの仲間たちが、仲間たちの熱い思いが息づいているんだ。
思い出せ!
心から笑える瞬間があった。
Oh, we're gonna flash some pictures now. Yep, Tanman Shindo. Tanman Tsurugi, End of Galaxy, banger. Nosaka Haizaki, Ares. And the OGs at the end of Inazuma 11 2. The cutscene from Magic in the Hand in Season 1. The movie, LBX movie, ending of Orion. And the World Championship victory in Orion.
たとえ世界を作ったものであろうと、この世界を壊させるわけにはいかない。俺はこの世界を絶対に守る。
B、 わかったよ。 いい。じゃあ俺も果たすとしよう。俺の役割をマインドイーターの手先として君たちの大いなる壁となる役割をさあやろう。これが最後の決戦だ。
Ooh, the glowing eyes look a lot better on this team. Not going to lie. They even have reserves and they're using them. They added Menos as opposed to Mas. Okay, well, are they going to up their game for the second half? That is the question. They got Vector on their side. Prezi threatening, but not threatening enough. We got Sakurazaki after all. We have a god on our team. What do you have? Glowing eyes. We are not the same. Gono-sen. This match is way too easy. It is unfortunately looking like a bit of a clean sweep. Especially when I'm looking at the chat, I'm seeing people have won with 9-0, 10-0 against this team. That does not bode well for this team's chances of scoring a single goal against me. Because again, my team is souped up as much as it can be, as much as I could do with my limited time. And holy shit, Sakurazaki is zooming. And he's just immediately locked on the top corner. That's that, 5-0. Let's see how far we can rack up this score ourselves. I'm sure we can get up to at least 8 or 9 as well. We're gonna have to watch this cutscene 8 or 9 times as well, but we're gonna get there. So is like the horse-like thing, is that our ultimate Keshin? What about Victoria? What happened to Victoria? Oh, I can't drop characters from this team. I just got one, the one they just benched, which is interesting. Okay, I now have enough tension to use Shunrai with Hoshi. And right now, it's just racking up goals. It's just a goal fest. Get scored on purpose so we can see what the animation looks like. I think even if I wanted to get scored on, I don't think I could. Like, these guys do not seem like they're threatening in any sort of way. It's 6-0. We have 20 more minutes to go. If we score 1 goal per 5 minutes, then, I mean, that's going to be a 10-0 victory. He has all the leads, and he does win. He voices all the leads, in fact. That's cool. That fits him so much, actually. Okay, he bumped into Hoshi. You can't do that, actually. Okay, hold on. The only thing I need to do is just do a Kyobo head and hope that Sakurazaki is in its path. Sakurazaki is in its path. I can do Gono-sen, which is not going to be enough to score. It's going to be enough to deplete him to a point where I can score with anything. He has Asterisk Rock. Okay. Didn't use it before, but I guess now he decided to. You can summon the Captain of the Destroyers? I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I would love to drop him beforehand, though, because I'm not a huge fan of delivering my fate to RNG. Because I have been trying to get the girl that is directly right of Tobitaka for so long. She is a common character in the summoning pool. She has not shown up a single time. So I am not especially eager to have my chances of getting these characters depend on RNG even more than I have to. Both this form and regular ice version of him are obtainable? Ooh, okay. Okay, interesting. Bakuman. Okay, are we gonna have Yashiro all the way up here? That is the question. Well, since we don't have referees, I think we deadass just don't have a referee. That's what it's starting to look like. Galactic Gigafall, clean ass move. I do need to remember to actually kick with Sakurazaki. Ground sweeper's fine. Okay, so that guy has like athletics rings in his hair for some reason. That's going in. What is that? 8-0? 9-0? 8-0. Okay. We are literally just racking up goals now. Just so we can watch this cutscene 2 more times. 10 times in total. It is possible. Okay, let's see. What else can we still do? I can do a claymore. And then we'll already have a 0% foul rate while dashing, I think. But you know what? Grizzly Totem? Why not? My bone power bar is completely filled up. I have to spend it on something. Kusaka may as well be faster. Okay, driving header, Kyobo head to Gandares. Let's see, I want to get it... Okay, ground sweeper, that's fine. Seems like they all voice the moves that they have. That's good, at least. Or at least they all voice Grando Sweeper. That could have gone in if I had 41 more power. Yikes. Hold on. Hold on. My stamina. Hold on, I'm losing. That's not great. Hold on. Can I get it to the zone? No. 8-0. 8-0 is the furthest that we could push it on this match. Good effort. Great effort, in fact. But for that to be the final match of the Chronicle mode... Yikes. You kinda hate to see it. You hate to see how easy that was. I think even if I hadn't souped my team up quite this far... Okay, got a few drops, got Zippy Learner. Boulder Elgain, okay. We got the coach, which is cool. She's pretty cool, to be fair. Did not get the guy, the captain. Yikes. But okay, we got the kit at the very least. And this kit, banging. Goalkeeper kit, not so much. But I will heavily consider using this one instead of the Storm Rage kit. But that is that. Let's wrap up this story. Let's wrap up the Chronicle mode definitively. We did win. And by quite a considerable margin. That's a good question. Like, is this just gonna be the be-all, end-all? Kinako! Kinako! She took off her helmet. And a cutscene. The ultimate cash-in. Here comes the giant fist. Get his ass. Holy JoJo battle, what are we doing? Football is this serious? Holy fuck, what did I just watch? What is Inazuma 11?
はい。彼らのような熱い少年たちの強い心の力が次なる未来を作っていくのだと思います。
すげえかっこよかった。
しかしな B、
The sun is rising.
我々の旅はまだ終わらんぞ。人生という冒険が待っているのだからな。
兄貴、ロボットなのに人生語るの笑える。
ワンダバ相変わらず何言ってるかわ
They keep shitting on Wonder Bar, bro.
次はマインドイーターの世界に乗り込んでサッカー対決だ。この地球に激アツの思いがある限り人は滅びない。ここに灯された炎は僕たちが大切に受け継いでいく。
This looks like a terrible place to live, I'm not gonna lie.
侵略者が現れた時、その炎は何度でも燃え上がるんだ。
That is the end of the Chronicle Mode. Holy throwbacks. Oh my god, they have the original art for these characters. Original scenes from the games. Once again, a credit roll. But holy cinema. What the fuck did I just watch? What did they do? What did they do to the Mind Eater? Holy shit, Rim mentioned. Live Rim reaction. Desarm. Yep, we're just taking another stroll through memory lane. I mean, we saw this, didn't we? I think we saw all of this when we finished it. Was it when we finished the story mode or when we finished a different part of the Chronicle mode? But I wonder if they have Ares and Orion stuff in it now. But wow, yeah, that's it. That is all the content in the Chronicle mode as of right now. And whether anything's still going to happen in the future, that's completely up in the air. I think the chances are in favor, but only time will tell ultimately. Season 3 mentioned, holy fuck. Can I see my goat Tobitaka just once? No, it's not gonna happen. They never showed people being brought back, so all the people we saw being deleted in the first cutscene of Chronicle mode are just dead. That is kind of what it seems like, yeah. No, you're right. And that is a pretty dark ending to finish things off on. Holy shit, Kurumada mentioned. That's what we love to see. But yeah, wow. What a journey. I'm pretty sure it was over 150 matches. Starla Thorn mentioned. Ayahi Takagaki, thank you so much for voicing my goat. That is Hoshi Mikana. Holy shit, that is Konoha. Oh my god, we're mentioning Galaxy now. Okay, well these are scenes from the anime. Goodbye, my stream's getting blocked, bro. We're done. We're done. These are all scenes taken directly from the anime. It's over. Wrap it up. There's Ares. Yep. So now they're including all of the DLCs. They're including Galaxy. They're including Ares. They're including Orion. Holy fuck, Heizuki is so edgy and I love that for him. Okay, the last thing we need to see, Orion. Starting with Lee Hao. There they are. The biggest Inazuma Japan in the history of Inazuma 11. And there's the most anticlimactic scene versus Yurika. But hey. It's all part of Inazuma 11. That too is Inazuma 11. Kinako mentioned, the top left corner, if they zoom out far enough, we will see Tobitaka. If they do not hate me, they will show Tobitaka. I see his foot. His foot is right there. It's stopping with zooming in. I don't think they like me, guys. But I see his leg. His leg is up there. But that's about it. And that was that. Okay. Konoha with Earth Infinity time. She actually voices it, doesn't she? She voices it. Kusaka voices it. Does everyone on Earth 11 voice it now? It would make sense if they did. But okay. I think the rest of this is not all that interesting to watch. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision to skip through this. Can I? I can in fact skip through this. We have seen all the graphics for all the different games. I do not need to see all the credits again. The world is back to normal. The world has been fixed. Oh, that's so cute. The path of trials. Yeah, the Mind Eater is gone. The world has been restored. Alright. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for us? Let's warp back. We're going back to the main Chronicle route. While we're praising VAs, shoutouts to both Hannah Grace and Sayane Kobayashi for bringing Sei Soramiya to life. Okay. Yes, give the both of them a shoutout. Why not? Why not? Okay, but that is so clean. We have finished everything. Every single team that is in the Chronicle mode as of this date. As of the 2nd of April, 2026. Okay, and now all that rests me is to do all of these matches again on Rare Drop and Hero Battle difficulties. So interesting that it's just finished now. But that means we have some new stuff that we have access to. We have access to new players to summon, I think. And that's what we're going to have to take a look at, because I don't know where they are. I need to start a constellation search. I need to see what constellation Canis is in. So we have the regular version, and we have the version with the glowing eyes. I don't know which one is batching. Are they both in the same constellation? Most likely not. So this one is in Ferrum Structura, which... is that a good constellation? I mean... it has Matatagi. Aside from that, I mean, he's just kind of in there, and that's the goalkeeper for his team. This mighty guardian of the destroyers idolizes Kido so much he's even copied his hairstyle. That's so cute! Wait, that's fun, man. Come on. They're making references to the original Inazuma 11. Come the fuck on. They have King Charles in this constellation, but aside from that, it's kind of meh. Akuros I would like, I suppose, but... okay, constellation list. So only Ferrum Structura. What about the glowing eyes version? What constellation is he in? He is in Sumitas, which is, I think, where most of the Victory Road exclusive characters are. And we got young Ichihoshi here as well. Oh, we're gonna have some new characters added here, aren't we? Well, most of these guys were here before, I think. Yeah. These are coaches from Ares. Managers from Ares. Okay, we got these two guys, Batty and Canes. Alright, alright. This is the constellation with Ponko. Mateos as well. Aside from that, kind of a meh constellation. This is where they have the Ares Alias team and Ares Ganda, who I still kind of need, not gonna lie. So it's not too terrible to pull on this, to be honest. I accidentally quit out, so I'm gonna go back in. So now I'm just curious, because surely they have some more special characters. Let's see, Diamantis is the one where they had all the Orion characters, wasn't it? Yeah. So Bernard is here, Irina is here, the cold witch-like ruler of the Orion Foundation. That's right. Got all the coaches. And... yeah, Gabriela is here, Raquelito, Yurika. This is the constellation that I said I would most likely go pull on if I had Bond Stars, which I now do. I have 42 of them, which means I can finish this constellation fully once. Okay. Check the BB Stadium. 2 more teams are added now. Platos and Destroyers. Is that so? Can you play as them? Let me have a quick look then. Have a quick look at BB Stadium, because that would be fun. That'll be fun to try tomorrow during the Inazuma night in the Discord server. Guys, if you're not in the Discord server, in the Fateslandia Discord server, come join. We have Inazuma nights every Friday where we play Victory Road together. Link in the video description, every video description. It's always fun, so come join. Don't miss out. Let's see. Single player. What we got? Right. Got 2 more unlockables, being Platos and the Destroyers. Normal versions. No glowing eyes, so that's good. That's good. Platos is like whatever. Destroyers is a cool team though. That girl that I dropped, oh, she looks smug as hell, actually. I dig that. I dig that. And then we got the Zhao Jinyuns, which is like, yeah, whatever, man. I guess it was necessary to have that team in here, but who cares? There's a new spirit in the spirit shop. There's a new one that will get you excited but then disappointed once I tell you something about it. Okay, hate that. Let's see, Spirit Market. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at spirits? Is this what we're looking at? Or is there somewhere else I'm supposed to be looking? There's Freud, there's Yurika. Okay, those both make sense. Li Hao. Is this where I'm supposed to look? Like, there's nothing new here, I don't think. There's Last Resort Sigma, which I could get, because I have 3 Haizakis. No Ichihoshis. Oh, a Kashin. Okay, hold on. There's a new Kashin. Let's see. Surabi, Ritra. Ah, Victoria. There she is. Okay. The Triumph Goddess Victoria. Luminous Orb. As a shot. Interesting. They don't have the ultimate Kashin here. I guess not, but Victoria is a thing. Daji, the Stationer, Serendipity. So what is the unfortunate thing that you have to tell me, Panda? What is the unfortunate thing that I'm supposed to know about that? All these totems, too. It's Sir Rabbi? Is Sir Rabbi the new one? Okay, so what's the deal with Sir Rabbi? Why is Sir Rabbi... What is the unfortunate news about Sir Rabbi? Full Moon Fever, Lightning Speed, Paladin, Sir Rabbi. You need Adult Faerun for it. Okay. You need Adult Faerun. He's not on any team, so I would have to summon him. Rough. Okay. Right. Well, he's cool though. I don't think I would put him on anyone that I own currently, but that's good to know. While we are in here anyway, let's check what kind of stuff we can actually purchase. Okay, we can buy some of one of the stadiums. I don't have a lot of resources, but I think I'm almost able to buy all of them. I'm not going to, because I want to see what else we got. Sunny Fuzzy Fledgling, so that's for Astor. This is for... Yeah, okay, that's for Nosaka. This is for Haizaki. So I guess I could get this for Haizaki. But let's see. Imagine the Wave, and we got Dark Shield. Right. 80 Tension. Moment of Truth. Oh, and that's... Okay. Yeah, I need one of these. I need me one of these. Don't care who it's on. I need me one of those. Song of the Three Kingdoms is up here, too. Dude, these are such good moves. Sawstop Marinara Barrier. Okay. Orion's Shade, right? Orion Cross Viper. I just do not have enough for that, but that is also a really cool move that I want to get. Perseus Strike, Regal Eagle, Super Megaton Head is in the game. It hasn't been mentioned once, but it is in here. The thing is... Oh, this Sir Rabbi is a new version that they forgot to animate Full Moon Fever. So you just see the top of his head at the start, and then he's absent for the rest of the shot. What? Actually? Why? What? Wait, is that... Was it also broken? It wasn't the game. Faye has it, right? Faye has Sir Rabbi? Or am I mistaken? Does he not have Sir Rabbi in any incarnation? Also, Capoeira Kick is here. And I kind of need a copy of Capoeira Kick as well. Because this one is also, once again, certified banging. Take a pinch, Force Shield, Fantastic Save. And then I think, yeah, Last Resort, Shark the Deep. We had all of that. So now we can finally say that we have the fullest collection of moves from across the entire Inazuma universe that we possibly could. Versus store as well. Let's see if there's anything good that we... God Hand of Friendship. Who in their right mind is using God Hand of Friendship? Tricera stops. I have Aegis Protocol, so that's good. I don't need that anymore. Starstruck, right? That's Blue Stardust. Last Resort D, which is a counter shot. Diamond Edge. Yeah, okay. Dark Field. One for all, so Sword d'Artagnan. Okay. I have quite a few victory stars. Breath of the Wild, W. Arc Diamond Ray. Okay, right. We have Twin Gallop. Oh, that's gonna cost me my entire budget if I do that. Double Trouble. Right, that's the Russia move. No, it's a Spain move, sorry. Cannonade Hole. Yeah. Unbalanced Pisa. Then again, would I really put Unbalanced Pisa on anyone who's not from the Italy team? That's the question. Mistaking OG Sir Ravi with new Sir Ravi. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for not being able to tell the difference between two identical spirits. The only difference being that one of them has a bug that I wasn't aware of before now. I am so sorry. Okay, but I think then that is really everything that we have here. Yeah. Yeah, should be. So that's exciting. That is all the moves across the entirety of the Inazuma 11 universe that are now available in Victory Road. That is absolutely massive. And that opens up so many possibilities for building my ideal team. Then again, will I ever have an ideal team? There's so many characters that I want to use. But yeah. Let's actually see. Okay, so not quite over 150 canon matches. 139 canon matches across the entirety of the Chronicle route. Times 4 for all the difficulties. I will have played around 600 matches by the end of this. So that is just from the Chronicle mode as well. But that's gonna take a while, holy Christ. But let's see. We have to do some Gamba. Have to do a little bit of Gamba. And I think since tonight has been themed around Orion, we have to try to get as many Orion characters as we can, I think. So is everyone from Orion in here? Is the first question. Yes, because it starts at Korea. In fact, it starts at... oh, no. I saw someone say that the Barcelona Orb guys are still not droppable, but they are summonable. Did they still not drop from the Barcelona match orb? The Barcelona Orb match, by the way? Because they are in the game. They are summonable. So what's the status on that? Is Barcelona Orb still a good match to grind Legendary or Hero Spirits on? And then, yeah, everything is just kind of in here. So, the second stage as well. Except for the Navy Defenders. Okay. Well, there's one. There's Lion. Navy Invaders. Why do they call them Navy Defenders? They're not defending anything. Interesting. Okay, so that's not all of Orion. But it has Arthur. It has Matteo. It has Petronio. And it has Yurika. And Gabriela. And this guy. So overall, I think this is a very good constellation to pull on. Get Gabriela's corpse. Jahar, the Barcelona Orb characters do not drop in the match. Okay, so that still makes it the best match for actually grinding Hero Spirits, I suppose. That's good. That's good to know. Very good to know. Okay, then let's pull on this. I think this is a very good constellation to pull on. It doesn't have... Yeah, it doesn't have the guy. It doesn't have Kane's. But considering that 3 of the characters that I want are, I think, on this constellation. Yeah, Satan is here. The captain of the Navy Invaders is not here, but Yurika is on here. I think that's good. That's half of the characters that I still want. So I am going to pull on this. It's also a constellation that I have not pulled on yet. So, let's complete one round of this. Gonna have 80 pulls on this. 8 times 10. See if we can get a single copy of Yurika, of Satan, or of any of the other characters that I would like. Carario I would also take. There's Satan. And there's Gabriella. Holy shit. What a first batch. There he is. There's Satan. And there's Gabriella. Absolute massive fucking W. I know what that means. I'm going to deprive you of the sound for a little bit. And I am going to add a green check. Not over Eureka. Over Satan. There we go. Beautiful. That's number 1. Alright. Pushing right ahead. Gabriella's corpse has been summoned. Alongside a living version of Satan. Come the hell on. Dude, but honestly, if I get Eureka from this as well, then I think that I may have to pivot to a different constellation. Not gonna lie. 2 copies of Arthur. Okay. We're just kind of getting everything that I want. Beautiful. We got Pazuzu Zam as well. That's the goalkeeper for Australia, actually. He has Razor Blade. And we got a Korean. Nice. These are fantastic selections, actually. This is beautiful. Brasil número 1 do mundo. Campeão do mundo. What else can we get? What other spoils can we reap from these summons? Can we get Eureka? Not quite. We got Zipper Guy. Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Penguin. Okay, well that's from Galaxy. Wait, the cute Italian defender. Let's go. Quick to speak on impulse. Her opinions can do a full 180 just minutes later. AW. And the Italian coach who kind of got bitch slapped into eternity. Yikes. But okay. More W pools. We got Dylan Keats as well. Don't know if that was an Ares version, if he even has one, but these are good ass pools. Orion has been kind to me so far. At the very least with Satan. Okay. No Eureka. But we got Snaker. That's one of the vampire guys. Okay. Again got this Italian guy. Australian fella. Got another Brazilian, Samuel. We got Beelzebub, also from Australia. Lots of Australians tonight. That's fine, that's fine. Alice, she's in your defense now. Oh, nice. Very nice. She has a cool design. So if we can give her some cool Italian type moves, I wish. Okay. Again, not bad pulls. No Eureka. We got Norika. Unfortunately, we got this version of Norika. Got Orion version of Kozomaru as well. Got Sirius, who I do need. Like, if I want a hero Eureka, I think the easiest way is to get 5 legendary copies of this guy. And then 5 legendary copies of Irina. Also this guy from Uzbekistan, I think. Yeah, he's cool. I like him a lot, actually. And the captain for the Navy Invaders, Bahart Descom. Okay. Eureka. Know you're a little shy. Know you're a little evil. But it would be great if we could get 1 copy. 1 copy of Eureka. Commons is good. Commons is perfectly fine. Okay, no Eureka. She's going to be a little difficult. That's fine, that's fine. Chinese defender. I remember her. I remember him. Beautiful character with homophobia in his eyes. Got a Barcelona orb character. Donay Gotti. And we've got Owen Easter. Mr. Oyster. Okay, another Australian. Diamantis is also a good constellation because I can get hero burn on this. Which is not going to happen, but... you know. It could. There's a possibility. A non-zero possibility. Gabriella again. W Gabriella. She's back. We got, I think, the Brazilian coach. Yeah. Leoneira. Leoneira Camion. Okay. Interesting. More Australians. There's so many Australians. I feel like I have like half the Australian team by this point. We got a guy from... what is it called again? Platos? Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Okay. This will be the final 10 pool that we will get. So, 1 Eureka pool will be enough. Just 1 copy of Eureka. That's all we need. Unfortunately, tonight is not the night for Eureka. Alas, it is what it is. We got Bike. That's cool. That's cool. And the Chinese manager. Okay. Yeah. that is all I can do pools-wise, because I have 2 Bond stars left, and we all know that is not enough to do another 10 pool. But, got Gabriella, got Satan, so those are definitely solid W's that I will take. Time for the team doc. Time to pull some of these characters. So, definitely want a copy of this guy. Baek Siwoo. That's one. And then I want Gabriella, of course. Come on, Gabriella. Everyone give it up for Gabriella. Come on. Moment of Truth and Whirlwind. Okay, fair enough. Who else we got that I would want to pull? None of these guys. Maybe Sirius. Harsh training under Orion turned his once black hair stark white. Interesting. I'll pull Sirius. Why not? The Brazilian coach in Orion is based on Tite of all people, the coach that started the year by playing his, at the time, current team into last place into the Brazilian Championship. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. That is rough. But hey, funny as hell at the same time. You know what? Yeah, why not? I kind of like the Navy Invaders as a concept, so I'll get this guy. Why not? Bahad Descom. This Kozomaru, I really don't want to pull that version of Kozomaru, not gonna lie. So I'm not going to. So, exploits in the American qualifiers. I mean, this just kind of seems like the regular Dylan Keats. Yeah, I think it is. Because that's the description that he has in his regular form. Except that is the Ares logo for Star Unicorn. Star Spangled Unicorn. But okay, sure. Ares Keats. Of course, need to get Arthur. The most Brazilian to ever Brazil. Beyond the Samba Drome, Capoeira kick, yep. Checks out to me. Can't forget the cute Italian defender. Alice. Did I already have a copy of Li Hao? I think I did. Also, Unbalanced Pisa in her moveset. W. Defender with a shot. Love to see that. Let me see. Yeah, I do in fact have a copy of Li Hao. And now I'm also going to have a copy of Satan Gall. What does Satan have in his base moveset? Haha. They needed to give him an overdrive? No, not an overdrive. They needed to give him a form change, mode change, and an awakening. So they could include all 3 of his forms. Incredible. He may just be the best common player out there. What else we got? Oh, that's a big-ass guy. You know what? Sure. Pick him up. Pick up Boulder Elgane. Alright. And then, let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, she's kind of cool. I'll take her. And then aside from that, I don't think we got anything especially interesting. Cupid's Arrow, Floral Fiesta. Okay. That is a selection of moves, to be sure. Let me see. Oh, I have a Clario Spirit, apparently. Okay. Sure. I'll take it. I'll take Clario. Absolutely. Diamond Ray and Diamond Edge. Everyone except the goalkeeper has Unbalanced Pisa in their moveset. That is so interesting. But at the same time, that is so cool. I love that. Okay, Moo. I already have Moo. I'll get a copy of this guy since I did say I was intrigued by him. And I stand by that. I do like his mask. He has Waterfall and Britannia Cross, which is interesting. Kageyama Reiji. From Ares, I guess. Yeah, it needs to be. Not that I'm particularly interested. This goalkeeper, whatever. Nosaka, I'll get the immigrant Russian. Like this is not a real Russian, but never seen a Russian with frizzy hair like that. Booth Glider and Aurora Dribble. Okay. Let's see. Aside from that, I think nothing new aside from that. So those are good pickups. Okay, there's one more thing that I need to organize. I saw someone say that you can unlock the emblems for the teams of the Chronicle Mode ending. Can anyone tell me how that works again? Because I saw I like maybe have to play like a free match. I think that's what I saw. But I'm not entirely certain about that. Because that could be the last thing we do tonight. Like, I just get the emblem and I install it on my team right now. See what looks better aesthetically. Let's see, I think it should be competition mode then. And then I do a free match. Then I can go Victory Road and go to Destroyers. But I probably have to beat them on the highest level, don't they? Why are they level 96 on Inazuma level? On the lowest level. Actually, that makes sense. I love how it ramps up from 40 all the way to 90. 91 even. Gorgeous. Okay, if I have to play to the highest level, then I don't think I'll be doing that. What I could do is just try to drop some more players from some of these teams. That is something that I could do if I wanted to. Though again, I could also achieve that by just doing a free match. You need to go, Yami? Hey, no stress. Thank you so much for having been here tonight. Hope you have a great night. And thank you again. Take care. Yeah, so now the question kind of is, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I could always try to drop some characters. That is something I could do. If I had the rare drop passive, which I do not, for the record, then that would be a lot easier, I think. But let me see. If I try Shadow of Orion, then I think I could try to drop... I could do rare drop battle. You know what? We could bang out a rare drop battle and a hero battle against these guys. Like, surely we can absolutely beat their asses once again. This is basically just going to be a challenge to see how quickly we can speedrun Shadow of Orion. Because I really, really want Yurika, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so... goalkeeper for Shadow of Orion was... wood? Earth? Either way, we're neutral against them. Wood, I did remember, right? Okay, so here we go. Speedrunning Shadow of Orion. We are back in the realm where we do have referees, so I need to be a little careful. Just kidding. Can I pass? Holy shit, why did that linger so long? Okay, Gandaras. Let's see. Wood, yeah, exactly. Okay, but I mean, yeah, well, that was the entire Chronicle Mode. People who have finished the Chronicle Mode as well. What did you think? What did you think? I think at the beginning, a lot of people were skeptical about how good this mode was going to be. Especially with the kind of repetitiveness that you got going on. You have to play against these teams multiple times to unlock as many drops as you can. As many spoils. And you know, the gameplay in the beginning of the Chronicle Mode was really shaky. I mean, just matches with very few objectives that made them very bland. Not really good representations of what the matches were supposed to be. I'm thinking especially back to Season 3, where I had more than a few qualms. I had 15% foul rate. Surely it wasn't that bad. But yeah, they really picked themselves up with Ares and Orion. Like, they bumped up the gameplay to full throttle. The matches got a lot better, they got a lot longer, got a ton more time. At a certain point, we also just got infinite time for certain matches, which I'm convinced is something they should have done for more matches regardless. But well, I think in the end, I have more positive things to say about it than I have negative things, so that's always a good conclusion to walk away with, I think. And I don't know, to some people this may feel repetitive, but I just really enjoyed the gameplay of Victory Road, so playing against these teams multiple times is really not that big of an issue to me. Mr. Fridge, let's see what you got. The Chronicle mode is alright, but not the greatest. Although I've grinded the last 2 days to finish all the matches on all the difficulties, and it has been rough. Yeah, that's what I kind of mentioned with the repetition, right? There is a lot to get through. Like I said, there's 136 chapters, I think, across all of the Chronicle routes. Times 4, that is roughly 600 matches that you have to play. So, yeah. I get that it's a very rough exercise in patience. And the best possible test in how much you actually enjoy the gameplay of Victory Road. But for me, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'm going to happily be playing this game in my free time. Whenever I can. And, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy actually building more of these characters. Building more teams, hopefully. Do nothing. Okay, he's doing Black Shield. That's fine. Man, I need to make, like, I actually need to make the edgy team. Because with the Shadow of Orion moves, it is just the perfect fuel for an edgy team. Okay, Meteor Shower. Yashiro does not win that. I need to kinda... Okay, got the girl on defense, Mesa. I was looking to get her. So that's a good development. Would love to drop Yurika. That is the ultimate goal here. Those things are also good, inspirational quotes. Need more of those. For certain moves that I want to purchase. That Defender, that girl that I just got, by the way. I think in her bio, it literally said she's been so focused on the Orion program that she hasn't been to the barber in years. You know, with that kind of attitude, I was expecting Kanada Yoisaiki gimmicks. Hair all the way down to your ankles, but it's really not that bad. Maybe because it's curly, but... I feel like they started actually working on the story way too late, causing it to become very rushed in terms of storytelling. Right, I see what you mean. And is that specifically, Pan, is that specifically in reference to the whole Victorio storyline? I mean, it has to be, right? That's the only storyline you got going in the Chronicle mode. Yeah, I mean, it does all feel a little rushed. You're not wrong about that. Especially when you also look at the final match. When you really look at the final match that we just played against the Destroyers, it's like, okay, what actually happened? How much do we actually understand of what happened? Right, we know Victorio's going up against his friend, right? His childhood friend, Keynes. But what is the thing we're fighting? Okay, the thing we're fighting is supposedly the Mind Eater. A Mind Eater. Why does it look like that? Why did it even come in the first place? Like, we have theories, but we don't have answers. It makes sense. It would have made sense for them to really elongate some of the events for the Chronicle mode story, but I guess it wasn't in the cards. They were too focused on making seasons 3 and 2 very unfaithful to the anime, I suppose. Okay, inspirational quotes. That's good. Let's see if I can get Yurika by playing past her. More inspirational quotes. And I've been committing so many fouls with Sakurazaki, but he's not getting punished for it at all. There we go. Banged out a quick match against the Shadow of Orion, 5 minutes. Surely we can do the hero battle as well before midnight. All that hype just for the final match to be easy as fuck. See, that's the problem also with these Chronicle mode exclusive matches. There's no objectives. They are free matches. And I feel like the first time they did that, it worked out. Also, I have the Shadow of Orion kit now. I got Sirius again, which is good. Need more copies of Sirius if I want Hero Yurika, I suppose. This girl's cool. Did want her. And then Rigel, yeah, whatever, I guess. Arthur. Higher rarity Arthur. That's always cool. The first time they did this free battle concept against Xanark's Outsiders, that was hype as hell. Like, that was one of the best moments of the Chronicle Mode original storyline. But then they kind of keep doing it, and it doesn't really feel like these teams that they're shoehorning into the story of the Chronicle Mode, it doesn't feel like they have an actual purpose. It feels more like they've just shoehorned them in just to be filler in between the different parts of the Chronicle Mode. Which, well, ultimately, they kind of had to, because establishing this whole new story on top of all the other stories that you have to kind of explain to people who possibly have never watched Inazuma 11, who have never played Inazuma 11. That's a delicate balance that you have to uphold, right? So I guess they didn't want to put too much effort into the Chronicle Mode story, maybe also because, you know, we have a bona fide story mode in this game already. But yeah. Panda raising a good example of Solaria Zeus, who were actually designed to be a challenging team. That's true. Everyone has stacked movesets, you're guaranteed forced on defense due to Invincible Theta. Invincible Theta, man, still gives me nightmares. And somehow I beat that first try. I still don't know how I pulled that off. But I've since taken it and run with it. Ooh, gravity point now. Okay. Black hole, black field, gravity point. Interesting. Xanark also just disappeared. Yeah, well, they blew him up. He turned into a spirit in the Inazuma caravan. Like, we kind of used off-screen, right? We used the same gimmick on him as we did with the other spirits that we're pulling out of our asses here by playing these matches. Okay, so she has gravitation and heavy baby, which is interesting. Of course, she doesn't stop Hoshi, but okay, we're here. Cavalry advance. And with that, I will be able to score with Hoshi with a head bazooka. Almost forgot to add to your review, Shirtless Xanark was the peak of the Chronicle Mode. Yeah, it's true. Shirtless Xanark was... oh, holy shit. That was a revelation and a half. In more ways than one. Man and Dior, new here. You saw my shorts about Tobitaka. Hey, welcome. Being introduced to my streams and my content thanks to Tobitaka shorts. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. If there's any character I'm actually passionate about, it has to be Tobitaka. So, yeah. I'm happy that, you know, those shorts got so much traction. That's all I was doing it for. Okay. Asakoni Yufo. Back to the match. Welcome, hope you enjoy your stay, man on Dior. Data is particularly nasty if you just bring your story mode team, since he gets elemental advantage against Shisendo. Yeah, that's true. And that is kind of just what I did. And I could have been fucked from every side. Sideways, backwards, and just, you know, regularly, but it actually kind of worked out. Like, again, I would have to watch it back. I still don't know how I pulled it off in the end. It was the most insane performance that I've had to date in any Inazuma game, I think. I was expecting history to get screwed over in Chronicle Mode. Right, like you were expecting the previous storylines to get a little screwed over. I mean, that is when you hear the concept of the Chronicle Mode up front, right? Then the chances are that you already imagined that the matches were not going to be that qualitatively great. Also, Morimura Legendary, okay, interesting. Because, you know, the whole concept of, oh, the Chronicle Mode is going to be a mode where we expose everything of the regular matches, the mainline matches. Then already, that should start grinding your gears because, oh, okay, so we're going to have everything in the matches, but what about the storylines that happen outside the matches? Which, for most Inazuma 11 seasons, is really the primary driver of what happens during the matches, during the plot. Those are outside events. But, well, I think, at least for Orion and Ares, they pulled it off right, which is funny because they have the worst story, like, objectively. So, you know, it's funny how it works out like that. Should I try to, like, farm some spirits against some of these guys? Well, that's not gonna work out because they're gonna do heavy baby. So I'd have to do it against some of their forwards. Let me first score another goal then. That's probably the easiest. With a clean Shunrai. Shunrai sounds so American. Shunrai! Trying expressly not to sound American, but... Am I the only one who still plays Go Galaxy? Absolutely not, Manon. Absolutely not. I was playing Galaxy right up until the release of Victory Road, actually. And you know what? I would still go back to it. I have gone back to it during Victory Road, actually. Though I have to say, as well, it feels very slow. Once you go back to Galaxy from Victory Road, it feels really slow. Which is also... It's the charm of the 3DS games, right? It's the charm of the mainline Inazuma games. It's a lot less fast-paced. Like, matches easily take twice as long in the original games as they do in Victory Road. Also, I'm just trying to grind spirits right now, which they're not really letting me do because they have defense moves. Just if people are wondering why I'm just running around in a straight line. I'm hoping that more interactions will give me more, you know, player gifts at the end as well. The power charge. Okay, that does actually get me cash-ins as well. Not cash-ins, spirits. Which are cash-ins, just localized. It's so confusing, the terminology for all of these things. All these resources that you get. No, I really don't want to be in the zone, to be honest. Get it back to Hoshi. Hoshi can dribble. Watch Hoshi dribble. This is my midfield goat. Heavy metal? Don't care. Exactly. Go Hoshi. Now it's a foul. Okay. They're really trying to single out Hoshi here. You think you should buy Victory Road, but the recruitment of characters looks very hard. Well, in essence, the recruitment is not hard. It's getting the characters that you want that is hard. You get the resource for pulling characters from playing matches in the Chronicle mode and playing matches against other people as well. I think you get them from online. You definitely get them from lobby batches. But yeah, which characters you get is completely RNG reliant. So that is the really big thing that holds back the recruitment in this game. It's reminiscent of the Inazuma 11.3 system, where you also had to insert tokens to get certain characters from a selected pool. So there's that. Did I get Yurika at all? No. In fact, I got Hatissa and Alnintak, whatever that means. And Legendary Morimura. So, unfortunately, no Yurika tonight. But it happens. I tried my best. I did the hero battle, and that's all we can really do. At the very least, we got the kit for Orion, which, you know, admittedly, is a banger. So let me see if I can... Let's see how this looks on my team, actually. What team we got? Right now we got the Storm Ridge kit. Destroyer's kit. Okay, actually, I changed my mind. That is not nearly as clean as the Storm Ridge kit, so I will not be wearing that. These are cool in theory, but not in practice. Gatekeeper's kit's kind of clean, not gonna lie. Short sleeves on the goalkeeper is very interesting. Very interesting. Orion. Okay, see, Orion is good as well. It's just edgy. But it's not as edgy as Storm Rage. Storm Rage is still so clean. Yeah, I'm not changing anything, actually. Not yet. I need Legendary Morimura for for Morimura's own dribble move, that's true. I need Morimura spirits and Kusaka spirits. But I already have that move on Morimura, so don't really need it anymore. Like, I think if I go to the spirit shop, it's Konoha Rendezvous, as it's called in Japanese. Is it Trina... What's it called? It's Verdure Vortex, that's what it's called. Verdure Vortex. And that should be in the spirit market as well. Like... Verdure Vortex. Yeah, see, I could buy it once more, but I don't need it on anyone, to be completely honest. Like, is there anything I do need, though? Flying Colors? I don't have any of these characters. I only have Haizaki because I've been using him on my team. Triple G Strike, I would need, like, Golem Spirits, which, yeah, that's not happening. Okay. Okay. Things to consider, for sure. What about hero players? Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Right. Need Yagyu for that. Need Kusaka and Kisoji. The Fable Clario. Fable Yurika. I need Yurika, Ozarok, and Arfa. Okay. These requirements are so interesting. There's so many of them too. I guess these are all the available heroes currently. I can't get more than one. I already fabled Tobitaka, so yeah. You don't know what to play between Big Bang and Supernova? You want to play one. I have played Supernova. Yeah, I played Supernova. And I think that is mainly because of the exclusive characters that you get. I believe Tobitaka was an exclusive character for Supernova. So hey, if you like Tobitaka, you gotta get Supernova. Yeah. Because Big Bang, I think, has different characters. Let me see, BB Mars. Is there anything new here? Moscow Root Bay Main Stadium. Okay, so these are all the stadiums from the Chronicle Mode. Tactics we already got. Oh, right, Tactics. Wait, I can buy Tactics. That's true. Walter White. Hey, good evening, mate. Hey, fella, did you beat the mode yet? I did, in fact, beat the Chronicle Mode. I did just do it. So now I'm just looking through everything that we can get. And it's not a lot. It's a few tactics. Is it really only Mind Games and Aurora Obscure? Really? Well, I get Mind Games, because that's funny. And I have the resources for it. What else? I'll get Line Dancing, since I have quite a few of those too. Just looking for resources I have currently, what I can reasonably buy. Like anything that involves Rice Balls, the Dark Plans, Aki's Notes, and the Snow Globes I can do. So I'll get Veil of Light, Bounce and Trounce, whatever that is. No Pass Intercepts. And then I'll get Grid Guard. Okay, I can't get Puppet Master, which is supposedly really broken. I don't know if it still is. Royal Runaround may be still broken too, if it still does what I think it does. Grand Plan I don't have yet. Okay, Tortoise Shell Pattern, 3D Reflector. What's my favorite cash-in? Ooh, favorite cash-in is always a difficult question. I think my favorite cash-in is... It's the one I was going to put on my own OC, actually. It's Trigger. It's the... I think it's like a game-exclusive one. It's like Go 1 exclusive, maybe? It's the guy with the guns. The guy dual-wielding shotguns, I'm pretty sure. It's... Let me see. It's in the Bond Shop. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's not in the Bond Shop. Spirit Market, rather. So... I'm just gonna have to find it. But it is available. Everything is now available. So... Those are all the totems. It's gotta be in here, right? Tachyon. Trigger. There it is. This one. And I have been trying to grind for it. I need 5 legendary copies of Hamsta from the final team of the Chronostones route. Which has not been pretty. I have a few copies of him so far. He's not especially good either, but... Okay, an armor fight can only be used by Hamsta. That is rough, but that's fine. I didn't want to armor find that cash in anyway. What about the Versus store? We don't have tactics here, right? No. We have new possibilities here, which I do not have the resources for. Okay, but okay, is there anything else I want to check out now that we have completed the Chronicle Mode? Yes. There's one more thing that I wanted to try out, and it is not in Kizuna Station, so I'm going to dip from there immediately. I wanted to go to Chronicle Mode. There's one more thing I wanted to check in the player universe. I want to see if there's certain players that they've added. Because surely they've added Faye, right? They've added adult Faye. Yeah, that makes sense. So what constellation is he in? Victoria. That makes sense. Is there new characters in here? Okay. They have Lumina. They have Victorio's mom, right? They have little Hikaru Ichihoshi. They have Faerun. They have Misty as a playable character. Or I guess as a coach, manager. Little Victorio. Xanark. Yeah, already have him. Okay. Did they not add... Is adult Kinako not a playable character? That would be a little sad, not gonna lie. Let me see. New constellation search? No, I do not want to look at Faye again. Let's see. If I do Kinako... Is there more than one Kinako? There's only one Kinako. Yikes. Always done dirty. Always done dirty. Okay. And who do I prefer between Taskat and Bailong? Shu or Hakuryu? I do in fact prefer Taskat, I think. I was an Inazuma 11 Go Shadow guy. That was the first Go game I got. So yeah, I am going for Shu. I do think I prefer Shu / Taskat for those of you who play the dubbed version of the game. You can summon a yellow rarity Hams, promote a legendary. Yeah, I know I can do that. I know I can do that, but it's just I don't have that many Hamsta spirits, I don't think. Like, if I look at the spirits that I have, we go for Go 2, right? Like, where even is Hamsta? Hamsta is here. So, I have a legendary spirit. Then I have 3 advanced spirits. You can summon a yellow... That's already... I just read that. Do I have some in the player bank? Do I have Hamsta in the player bank? I know... Yeah, I have another... So I have 2 legendary Hamstas. So I need like 3 more. Which... I feel like I had a yellow Hamsta somewhere as well. But maybe I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping, actually. Yeah, okay. So I need 3 more. I just read that Kinako is called something else in Victory Road. That's true. I just forget what she's called. Not gonna lie. So, it's a little rough. Let me see. What is she called again? God damn. What is her name again in the Chronicle mode? I forget. Hold on. I'm gonna deprive you of the sound real quick. Because I have to look at her name. Kinako Nanobana. IEVI. Let's see. What is she called? She... Master Govern. Right. Govern. That's what it is. Is she in this? Govern. No. Okay. Rough. It is what it is. Govern. No. It is what it is. Master. No, that's just this guy. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Alas, but then that is everything that I wanted to do for this stream. Achieved all my goals. Except for pulling Yurika, I guess. But, aside from that, very productive stream. And holy shit, guys. We finished the Chronicle mode. We definitively finished the Chronicle mode for Inazuma 11 Victory Road. What does that mean moving forward? That is the big question that I'm sure is on everyone's minds. It's been on my mind, to be sure. And the honest answer is that I don't really know yet. I don't really know what I want to do with Victory Road moving forward. I know that I want to keep doing these streams. Probably not twice a week. But I want to keep streaming Victory Road. And in what capacity that will be, I'm not entirely sure. I may take next week off to actually really work on that backlog of Victory Road content that I still have. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to try figuring out where to go next from this. If you guys have any suggestions whatsoever, you can always let me know on Discord. You can let me know in the Discord server, which you can join through the link in the description. Viewer matches is still a feasible option. I have done a viewer matches stream. I'd be happy to do it again. But there's many options. Many options. You would like to see more viewer matches as well, Panda? Okay, so viewer matches is a popular option, I'm noticing. Which is good. That's good to take in mind. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how we can organize that and if I can make the offer of playing against me a bit more interesting, since currently I only really have one team that works. I'd ideally want to have maybe 2 or 3. So I'm gonna be working towards that. It's very possible that I'll be working on separate teams during streams as well. Maybe they'll just be chill streams. But hey, that's all up in the air. Plenty of options. And I'm happy that I'm able to host these streams with such, you know, a loyal crowd as well. I'm so happy, so grateful for all the people who came out to watch this stream as well, who came to watch all of the Victory Road streams up until this point, actually. Because it's been a great ride. It's been absolutely amazing to relive all of Inazuma 11 again in this way with all of you guys. And yeah, I mean, it's corny, but without your support, I really wouldn't have gotten this far. So, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me for the entirety of this Chronicle Mode playthrough, for the entirety of the story mode as well, and just for all of the main content in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. But with all that sentimental stuff out of the way, you will hear an update from me as soon as I've decided what we do. I have a few ideas, but yeah, I'm not going to go into that for much longer. You will hear from me in an update one way or another. And once again, thank you all so much. Y'all are the greatest. And yeah, I can't wait to be able to welcome you again in a next stream. So with that being said, I am off to prepare for my last day of work before the long Easter break. And that being said, everyone, please enjoy Easter. Spend the time well, spend it with your family, spend it with Inazuma 11. Both are fine with me, but make sure you enjoy it. And then we will catch each other again in a next stream. And remember, in Tough Dooley, we believe. No, the fuck we do not, Panda. No, the fuck we do not. In Tobi Takaseya and Mikana Hoshi, we believe. That is the only truth that I want to preach. But okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you all so much again. And we'll catch each other soon, hopefully. So, take care, y'all. And goodbye.